You guys comfortable?
Yeah.
You got something to drink? We're good?
I have my water.
The safety first, you know? You don't know me.
Let me put my seatbelt on.
Oh, you guys ready?
Yeah.
I'll do my embarrassing intro first, and then we'll jump into it. I always feel super uncomfortable.
Why don't you do it? And then that's what we do. We do the intro. We have
it pre-recorded?
Yeah.
That way you don't get off.
When it was audio only, I would do it that way.
Okay.
So I would just do the podcast.
That's right. I can mention.
Yeah. When it was audio, I'd be like, do the podcast, and then later on, I'd be like, hey, welcome back.
Yeah, you looking for me, you can find me at the spot. Chopping it up with Jonah, we talking about what's hot on the block. Up in Dago, man, we bumping. Keeping it confidential, you notice how we coming, we in front. Looking for that real, better tune in and stick by. Put on for the city every time that I dip by. Get into that gritty every time that we sit down. Promise you it's real every time that I get round.
Welcome back, Barbershop Confidential, the podcast, your boy Jonah. We back. Today we have Angelica and Karla, who also have a podcast here in San Diego.
Yes.
Is it Chicas y Chisme?
Chicas and Chisme.
I'm
No
sorry.
Spanglish.
No Spanglish.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I love your view.
Oh, thank you. The beachfront, you know.
Yeah.
I call it the penthouse.
You can see the sunset from here.
Yeah.
I know.
When
how
it's
romantic.
cleared up, you can see downtown too.
Wow. Yeah,
So
you're
good.
right.
Yeah.
It's a cool spot.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. Cool setup.
Just for the podcast, I was like, this place. And then we'll live here too.
Hey, you don't have to leave your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
How'd you guys get into podcasting? What made you?
You want to tell a story?
Well, I mean, we talk so much, her and I. We talk on the
Are
phone.
you guys like besties?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is my soulmate.
She's like, well, I'm your best friend.
No, that's what he said.
But she didn't correct me.
Are we going to start crying already?
No, it's just I met her. Okay, so our circumstances, the way we met.
Okay.
I
Ya
was-
empezó el chisme.
See,
suena.
I was actually married to her brother,
Oh,
but I'm divorced now.
you friends with the ops? Like-
Besties.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, not to interrupt, my ex-brother-in-law was like, Jonah, if me and your sister were to split, would it be cool? I was like, no, what the fuck? Like, that's my sister. Like,
see, but the difference is you and your sister are like this. Me and my brother are like this.
okay.
So I kept her in the divorce. I kept her. I mean,
But she's,
she kept me. Sorry, you kept me.
Yeah, I'm the one that got divorced.
Yeah.
But I also have a daughter with her brother, so she's
Oh, la tía.
la tía. Yeah, so she's allowed to stay in my life regardless. So
She
no matter
was
what.
going to be.
She was going to
because
be
of
in
the
my
child,
life. Yeah. So then we were like, we
I
might
like
as
to
well be
keep the
friends.
peace. I like to keep the peace. I talk to like all my brother, well, except for one. I talk to all my brother's baby mamas, and I'm cool with all of them. So we're good. But we talk a lot. We built a bond and a friendship, and we always, because of our conversations, we're just joking. We're like, we should start a podcast.
Yeah, because we would
And it was-
we would have conversations about like healing or dating or our kids or whatever. And then we would be like, oh my God, we would come to these conclusions. And we're like, imagine if we had recorded that, how many people that would have helped.
How many-
right?
yeah.
And then one day we're like, no, we should really do it.
That's cool.
So then
And
we
then-
kind of just started brainstorming, and then I have my friend who has a podcast, and we kind of went to him and was like, hey,
How do
can
we
you
do
help
this?
us out? Yeah.
And
that's
he
helpful.
did. He was amazing. Huh?
Yeah. And that's where everything started.
That's cool. When I started, nobody was doing one, or at least that I knew or had any idea. So I pretty much bought the stuff and I was like, all right.
So what
Time
did
to
you do?
learn.
You just kind of like did your research on what a podcast was, and
Yeah.
was like,
Because I do photography and video already.
oh,
I
okay.
was like, okay. I'm one of those, like, I have to get the good stuff. I don't want to buy like cheap equipment.
Yeah.
Because then you got to replace it again later.
And it's just more money.
And more
right?
money. So I
Right.
would spend like weeks just researching one piece of an equipment, and then go to the next one, and then go to the next one. Took a while, but yeah, I just learned.
Yeah.
Self-taught.
Yeah,
That's
little by
good.
little,
That says a
right?
lot, because I haven't learned anything. I mean, I know how to post, but she's the tech. I'm more of like the this.
Yeah, little by little, I like, one thing leads you to another, and then you're like, let me do research on this, or this would make my life easier, and then I go, let me find
Yeah.
something that does that, and then it's just
it just like snowballs.
It does, yeah. And then she's like, I need you to teach me. I'm like, okay. And then it doesn't happen. Or I try and then she just looks at me with that stare right there. Like,
I don't even have a dang laptop, okay? I have a laptop that is like 80 years old that I just Google.
I know.
stuff.
I'm like, you want me to teach you, but where are you going to practice this?
I will
like, whatever.
work it out.
You know what? That's good though. You have a good dynamic. She handles the tech. You handle the rest.
Yeah, I think that
We're a good team.
We are a good team.
Yeah.
I like that, you know, my type of job. I talk to a lot of people and I get to
network.
Yeah.
And so I tend to be like, hey, can you come on our podcast, or do you want to come on our podcast? And then she's like, the techie.
The nerd.
What would you call me? I'm the techie. You're the techie. What am I?
You're the networker.
There you go.
You're the networker.
The networker.
And then, I mean, but everything we like pass, you know, both of us have to approve of anything that we're doing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chicas and Chisme.
Yeah.
Because you love Chisme, I assume.
Well, I'm a counselor.
Oh, so you got tons.
But for kids, so I don't.
Oh,
I
so
can't
you can't
tell their
say that,
chisme, but it all stays in here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what your parent does. I know what your parent does.
Well, I'm a hairstylist. I mean,
for sure.
hello.
For sure.
I talk to all sorts of people and I
Yeah.
listen to all sorts of stories and so.
But she actually came up with the name
Oh.
in a dream, right?
Yeah.
In a dream?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you know, it's funny because I came up with my business name in a dream too. And that's how I knew that, okay, we need to make this happen. I feel like for me, like I dreamt about it. So it was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
When I opened up my business, I was like, I was thinking about it. I was a little hesitant. It was just a dream. It was just a thought. And then when I was like, okay, I actually want to open up a business, the name came up in the dream. And I was like, okay. And then the same thing with the podcast. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool.
It's catchy. And straight to the point.
Chicas and Chisme.
Yeah.
How did you come up with yours?
So it was supposed to be me and my barber, because we would have these like interesting conversations at the barber, like, oh, you know, talking about life and whatnot.
Yeah.
Chismeando, like the male version.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep doing it and just ask random people. Like at first it was like my friends, like, you busy Friday, come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we would just have our conversations, and then I started reaching out like, hey, like, you want to come on my podcast? And then it just, I just took over from there.
That's
then
cool.
I had a co-host for a little bit, a woman.
Uh-huh.
She was cool. We had a good connection.
Yeah.
So then you have a co-host and then you still interview people, or was it just you guys?
No, yeah, we would also have other people.
Yes.
Too, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
But then there'd be times where I was like, I'll sit it out. Like, I really want to talk to this person, like, one-on-one. Like, I'm curious of things. So
you
I tell her, like, chill out, sit this one out.
Imagine.
You're not going to be part of this. I don't want you here.
I think that's how she took it a couple times.
Well,
I'll sit in the back and be quiet.
don't come to this one, okay? You're not invited. Oh, what?
This one's gonna be real boring. Just stay home.
for you.
It's not.
Imagine if we did that.
I'll be like, I
Well,
quit.
you guys started together.
Yeah.
So,
This is yours.
Where it was like
would
mine,
come.
and then she jumped in for a little bit. So yeah.
So she no longer comes on at all.
No.
Oh, okay. Did you guys end it well?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we're fine. It's just I felt like started feeling complacent. Like I'd always rely on her,
Oh.
and then sometimes like we can't bullshit about the same thing
Yeah.
over
you
and
need
over. Like
new people.
So I was like, I have to bring new people on, and
Yeah. Do you ever do anything by yourself? Do you ever just
No.
you just
You always have
you're-
guests.
yeah.
Okay.
Like if push come to shove, I'll tell my girl like, babe, I need you to do an episode with me, and those are fun because she's how we are in real life is how we are on
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Are you consistent? Like, are you like have one every week or
weekly?
Yeah, us too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm
It's
like,
hard
I don't
though,
know. I
sometimes.
know. I'm like, sometimes we don't have a
Yeah.
topic. But
Or sometimes she'll come over because we also record. If we have a guest, we'll record out of my studio, my work studio.
Oh, okay.
But if it's just the two of us, it's
I'll
from my
just go to her
house.
house, yeah.
But sometimes she'll come over and we're like What are you talking about? Oh no,
Nothing.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
we got nothing.
And then she's like, I don't have anything. I'm like, me neither. And there's so much to talk about, right? There's so much to talk about.
But
sometimes your brain just does like, nope, not today. So,
like we have to feel it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, there was a guest that we had, remember, and we recorded, and then we realized it didn't record.
Oh, that's happened
my
to me.
Yeah, and so then we're like, you know what? We'll come.
We
back
were
and do it
halfway.
again.
And it was fun, but that was so meant to be because the next day it was like so much better than how we started.
The interview was so much better. Yeah, and we're like, wow.
I had a guy came on and he was like, I hate Kobe Bryant. You know, like he should be in jail and all that. Literally, I was gonna post it. He died. Like,
who died?
Kobe Bryant.
So good that you didn't post it.
Yeah, I was like, I was gonna post it, but only like 24 minutes of it got recorded, and I was like, hey, bro, like I don't know what happened.
Oh, it was for a reason.
Kobe's like, hell nah.
Chill.
Yeah, and then like literally, like a couple days later, Kobe Bryant died. I was like, hey, good thing we didn't post that because he was going in on Kobe. Like,
Kobe's like, not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
Wow.
That was kind of crazy.
Sometimes things happen like that,
Yeah.
you know? That's good. I'm glad you didn't post it.
I know.
for him, you know.
For him, I know. He's got to take that back.
Yeah.
Now everybody loves Kobe.
Yeah, that's true.
That sounds a little hate right there.
No, I like him.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. So are you married, Karla?
I am not married.
You're not married.
No.
Smart woman.
Don't you have a girlfriend?
Fiance.
She's not so smart.
She's also smart.
I hope she doesn't see this part.
We're gonna get married in December.
Oh, congratulations.
We've been together for a long time though, so I feel like I'm married. I just don't have a ring.
That's cool.
No, I'm divorced. I'm divorced twice.
Y'all should have named it like the Divorcee Club or something.
Really?
That'd have been just as fun.
But you know what? We have that in common.
Yeah, that's what I'm
We've both
saying.
been divorced
She's
twice.
been divorced
And then
twice.
y'all can
too.
have guests that like been divorced, like men or women.
Hey, that's a
like-
good topic though, huh?
We should have a segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
that.
divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good
Divorciados.
chisme though.
Los huevos divorciados.
Huevos divorciados.
I know.
When I was before I met my girl, I used to always joke around. I was like, I can't wait to be happily divorced, like because I was like, marriage ain't for everybody and not for me. And I was like, oh, I can't wait. That's gonna be such a cool icebreaker. Like, ex-wife, you know, she's trying to take me for all my money or something.
But now I'm interviewing you. Hold on a second. Now we're interviewing you. No. How do you go from not wanting to get married or whatever to now wanting to get married? Like what changed?
Back then I was single. I was like, ain't nobody out here, like, because I already knew what I didn't want from like the last relationship, and I was like, if I don't find it, like,
You're
it is what
okay.
it is. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need a woman to survive.
Oh, I like that.
But
Yeah.
and then I met her, and I knew
You're like, I love you so much. I want to get married tomorrow. Let's go right now. Tomorrow.
Yeah, once I met her, I was like, she's different.
Is that what happens? Like, is it like that whole thing? Like when you know,
Yep.
like people
Facts.
say that
Yeah.
because it hasn't happened for me.
Well, because you know how they said like you can be in a relationship with a person for years and you're like, nope, I don't. But then you meet the one and you're like, oh my God, I cannot live my
Yeah.
life without you, and I'll do whatever you want me to do. Is that how it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I-
Ya te
what I,
ensartaron.
What I compare to is when guys are like, when women are like, you know, he said he's not ready yet. Nah, you ain't it. You just
Yeah.
are not the one.
Yep.
Because I knew immediately. I was doing things I'd never done before. Immediately, and I was like, oh damn, for real, she's different. She's the one.
And so,
I, like,
how long have you guys been together?
We're gonna be 9 in November.
Oh wow. Why take you so long?
We were gonna get married in 2020
And then the
COVID.
pandemic.
and go. Yeah.
Okay.
And it just took time to like get it up and running again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Having, like,
congratulations.
a big wedding and
No, just strictly little ceremony. And then
Ceremony,
we're gonna
yeah.
take a trip to.
That's smart.
fun. I
Europe.
know.
That's smart.
That's how you want to spend.
I was like, I don't want to party with a bunch of people. Like, I already don't like doing birthdays because then you have like a bunch of friends and you gotta like entertain all of them.
Not only
You
that,
have
but then they're gonna be
fun.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
you don't
¿viste
really-
lo que dieron de comer?
Yeah.
¿Y viste la música que pusieron? You know, it's
Yeah.
like,
and then the haters are like, I would never at my
Yeah,
wedding. It's like,
yeah.
fuck you.
You're not invited.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, trips
So-
are good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd much rather have like a long honeymoon.
honeymoon,
Let's
yeah.
go to the court.
So if you couldn't do it over, or if you ever do it over, you would do the small wedding.
Well, I never had a big wedding
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
My first wedding, I was 19. I was a child.
You were 19.
I was 19.
Pregnant?
No.
Or just you
In love?
volunteered?
Volunteer. Yeah.
Was it part of a trade between ranchos or something?
No, I was
It was
like,
great.
Take my daughter.
know. It was like I was in love. It was like my first love, and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm
19.
doing it. 19.
Yeah.
I was a child. Obviously, it didn't last. I think I was married for like 9 months.
Damn.
And it was just his mom made an appointment at like some ranchito in like by the 905, like a little chapel.
Yeah.
And then with my last husband, we did have a little wedding, but it was just us and our parents and our immediate family. That's it.
That's cool.
So no, I never want. I don't even know if I'm ever getting married again. But
At 37?
Because you haven't met the one,
So young.
or maybe.
what if I have?
Ooh.
I don't know.
What's his name? Tell him.
What about you?
Did you have a big wedding? Did you have a big wedding?
No.
No?
Maybe, I don't know. You know, with my first marriage, I was 22.
Oh, young too. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got married in Vegas, so we had like a chapel in Vegas. But when we came back, we did have a big reception.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And then with the second one, which
You've been
is-
married twice.
Yeah, that's what we have in
Damn,
common.
I'm behind.
Yeah. Apúrate.
I gotta get
Apúrate
this-
porque luego te puedes divorciar
Yeah, I gotta
rápido.
get this first divorce out the way
You're
and
so
shit.
young. They said third's the charm, right? No, but and then I married her brother, and that was also in Vegas. But that was like there was nobody there. It was just me and him.
Oh,
For a
that's
reason.
cool.
For a reason.
they didn't like you or what?
No.
Family didn't like her?
I didn't even know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you knew we were getting married.
I knew, but then he called me from Vegas and he was like, I wish you were here. And I'm all, well, nobody freaking told me you were going to Vegas to get married.
He was crying.
Yeah,
like, a
he was
lot.
crying on the phone.
We
He's
got
like,
married,
I
he
really
was
need you
crying.
guys here.
Actually, both.
That's like a big thing, though. Like,
Both
to
my
get married.
ex-husbands were crying.
They were like, no, I can't
And
believe this.
I can't believe
And
this is happening.
I have like that nervous laugh, you know, and just like, why are you crying?
He's like, I do regret this. Fuck.
And they're like, you're like the best thing that ever happened. I'm like, I don't know. Why didn't I cry? I should have cried. I think
That's a
my third
red
marriage,
flag right
I
there.
better cry.
Yeah, you better cry for sure.
I better cry with my third marriage.
I cried with both of them.
You were hopeful.
I'm still hopeful. I would do it all over again.
Yeah?
Yes, I would get married all over again.
I told my fiance or my girl, if it don't work out with you, like, just single forever.
That's what you say until you meet the one again.
I don't want to meet no more ones. I don't want to know any more habits and what
Is
their
this
favorite.
your longest relationship you've been in?
Yeah.
Oh, she's definitely the one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. Do you want to get married again?
I do.
Yeah.
But I also don't. Like, it just
Like,
depends.
it's cool if you don't.
Yeah. Like, if I meet my person, yeah. I don't want to get married just to get married.
Yeah, no.
For sure, no.
There's people that do that and you can see it.
Yeah.
Like, just to, like, keep up with society's standards or whatever. I gotta
Yeah.
be married.
Like, let's say I meet my person and they don't want to get married. I'm cool with that, too.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. Or if they do want to get married, it's important to them, then yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a thing that I have to do
Oh, okay.
anymore.
Does your family judge you? Because, like, Mexican families are pretty judgy.
Maybe the first time, but the second time they're like, whatever, she's on a roll.
That's what she does.
That's what she does.
La tía que se
I
casa.
collect rings. I'm a ring collector.
I have a friend who's been engaged, like, probably, like, 4 or 5 times. And
A guy?
Yeah.
You never follow through.
Nah, they always break up.
Does he get his rings back?
No.
Oh my
like a dummy, dude. I'd have been like,
So they break up with him or he breaks up with them?
Or they
It's
just
just
forget?
either way, like they do something and
So
he's like,
he's definitely a hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah.
Right? Does he fall in love fast?
immediately? Like,
What's his name?
She's on my kind of green flag.
look, only if you want to be spoiled because he's a spoiler.
No, just kidding.
He probably already has your ring bought. He probably has
Yeah.
like 3
He's
in
on-
line.
He's off.
That's
Let me see.
2024.
He bought
I'm
he bought a
totally kidding.
5-pack.
The guy's like, you bought so many. Oh my bad. He's like, you bought so many. We'll give
got
you
a-
this one for free.
He got a discount.
Yeah.
Buy 5, get 1 free.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's like immediately falls in love.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
You smile at him, he's like, that's the one.
That's all it takes.
That's the one.
Poor guy.
Oh my
You
god.
bump into him, pfft, bro.
Oh,
He's
like
actually
that
flirting with me.
TikTok, like that TikTok where it's like that, and then they bump into each other, and now they're all like,
Their whole story.
He sees like the marriage, the kids, that's him right there.
That's him.
for sure, yeah.
funny.
And I'm
Oh,
always
man.
like, just chill out, man. He's like, always in love, always in love.
He needs to chill out because he's doing the same thing and getting the same result. Let's
Facts,
talk
yeah.
to him. Call him. Just
Oh,
kidding.
bring him right here.
Let's give him some
No,
advice.
because they're gonna bump into each other.
I know.
I'm totally kidding, you know.
What a love story, though, right? We called them on a podcast, and then y'all get married.
That would be funny.
I do.
Let me tell you my ring size.
I'm 3.5. Oh, just saying. Oh my god, that's funny.
Why do you know that?
Because she's been married twice.
Same size the whole time?
I don't know. Do you have one of those measure things? Just kidding.
He's all, not my friend.
Hey, your friend carries one. Your size
Like a
yourself.
keychain? He's like, what you need, girl?
What you need?
I know what those are because my mom used to sell jewelry.
Yeah.
So she would have one to measure people's. Like,
My daughter has them because she makes jewelry, so
Oh, nice.
so I know.
So, you know.
Anyway,
So you have an adult child.
no, she's 14.
Us. Look at those
She's just
hustlers.
very, very creative and she loves all that stuff. But anyway,
How old is your son? Or son?
I have a son. He's 16.
16.
Yeah, and I have a daughter who's 7.
Oh, you have 2. All right. Cool. So-
One from each marriage.
and she collects
Hey.
babies.
And I collect babies
Yeah.
and rings.
You're a nice
Just
mom,
kidding.
though. You give them each their own dad so they don't fight over them.
Exactly. Except they don't get it. They keep having kids with other people. I'm like, hello. I was trying to do my kids a favor.
You guys are fucking this all up.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
No, now I got to split myself in half and be a mom to both of them.
Do you, are you cordial with the dads?
Yeah,
Ah, that's good. That's
mean,
important.
She's cordial with everybody.
I am.
She
and
has
with
no
baby
enemies.
other people's baby mamas.
Yeah. Swear.
That's not weird? No. To know, like, y'all both had the kid by the same guy and y'all like, hey,
No.
girl,
No,
can you babysit?
it literally just happened. Yeah,
Oh,
it just happened. She was taking care of my daughter. Honestly, yeah.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
for the
Very
kids.
mature.
It's for the kids.
Yeah, but you know,
But that's like
You know,
his baby mama
there's
too.
not only moms with dads too, how they're petty and
Yeah,
Yeah, I think his middle name is Patty.
I can't say anything. I have to.
No, you don't.
oh yeah.
I can.
I say nothing.
Yeah,
that
nothing
gets me in
negative.
trouble.
Nothing that
I
can be
can't.
brought up
Let me
in
let
court.
me be the one.
Plus, at the end of the day, like I don't want to put stuff out there. That's still my daughter's dad,
Oh, I see.
and for my daughter's sake, like that's
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's her business to find out what's up with that. You know.
Damn. Some of my older guests should listen because they come in here and be like, he ain't shit, you know. I slept with his
Yeah.
brother and like, goddamn.
Jesus.
Wow. Yeah. No, I don't.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't have
You're
a brother.
respectful, though.
He doesn't have a brother. He has a sister. Remember what your dad just said?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Tell him.
So my parents are divorced, right? So we went to go visit my mom, her and I. My mom lives in Tecate. And we're like, hi, baby. And
We're
like
just-
being
like with
fun.
each other, we just
'Cause
like
we
to
just
mess.
play. We just play like if we were lesbians, we would be the best like
We're
couple for
soulmates,
each other.
but like not because we don't like.
We don't like girls.
Yeah.
So my mom's like, no están haciendo eso cochinas enfrente de mí, no.
Sounds like my mom. Ni de chiste.
I know.
So my mom's like, no, ay, no sean cochinas.
It was
And then,
so funny. We couldn't stop laughing at
and
it.
then my dad's staying with me because he's recovering from surgery, and we were watching a show just like 2 days ago. And there was this gay couple, and my dad looks at me and goes, ¿Por qué no se hacen novias tú y Angelica? And I was
very
dying.
progressive.
Yeah. I was like laughing, and I told him, I was like, my mom's like, no, que asco,
you're like,
cochinas. And my
okay.
dad's like, háganse novias. I go, yeah, that'd be funny. Can you imagine? Like, this is my daughter, and this is my
Wife?
no, this is her wife, and this is my son's ex-wife. That would be like fucking
And
a
like my
shit
daughter
show.
is your
Cousin
stepdaughter.
sisters.
And her
Cousin sisters,
stepmom.
or cousin sisters, and they call you mama.
She's my stepdaughter
tia.
and my niece.
Mama tia.
A t-shirt that says Mama Tia.
We joke around a lot, and her daughter sometimes calls me mom.
She calls you mom.
Yeah, she calls me mom.
Now she calls her mom. Like, hi,
Poor
mom.
girl, she's confused.
Not my kid. My kid's not.
Nah, she's
confused.
just
She gets
joking.
it. Your
She's just-
daughter's probably confused. Like, what the heck is going on?
At 7, she's like, I got 2 moms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
don't get it.
No, she doesn't even hear us. I think, but no, it's
Yeah.
cool. We actually on our podcast we had my son who's 16 and her daughter who's 14.
Really?
They came on as guests.
That's dope.
Yeah, they totally threw us under the bus. I swear.
Oh, they snitched on
Yeah, they were like, "You're
them.
horrible."
CPS, if you're listening, come save us.
Help.
It-
Help.
No, I know how CPS works.
Yeah.
Don't leave bruises. Just kidding.
You hit them with the phone book.
No, they just like called you out like on like, oh, I don't remember what they were saying. I remember my son's like, you just have to be right. All
everything
the time.
personal.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said. He
Yeah.
goes, you don't have a sense of humor. You don't like understand my
Damn.
jokes. And I'm like, because your jokes aren't funny. Like they're just not funny. And then I don't know what your daughter said, but
I don't know.
it was kind of cool having them on, honestly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have children?
No, we do not.
Do you want children?
If it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those things, you know how like families would be like, when are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna get married? When it's like, God damn, dude, like it
Leave us
hasn't happened,
alone.
hasn't happened, dude. Like the worst ones are my cousins.
Really?
Yeah, they're the worst. Like, Yahweh, like
That's
I don't have
tiempo?
kids, and I'm like, you look miserable with kids, bro. Like, why are you trying to put that on me, dude?
What about your fiance? Does she want children?
Mm-hmm.
She does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just, you know,
Matter of time.
when it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
If it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Fine. There's pros
Listen,
and cons.
I was just gonna say that I've always said like I heard this one time. I don't know if it was a movie or a client. I don't remember. And it was like it's the best, hardest thing you'll ever do in life.
Oh.
It's the
So
best thing ever, but it's like, holy crap! It's the hardest thing I've ever. And I only have one.
When
And
does when did it get easier? If it's gotten easier?
It was easy all the way until she hit like
Middle school, maybe?
12, 13.
Then it got hard.
Oh my God, she's hard.
But you know what? It's always been hard. It just changes how it's hard. Like when they're first born, it's like changing their diapers and being there, and they can't do anything by themselves. And but they don't talk back, right?
I think for me, it's the talking back.
Oh,
Like
that's
it's
a
like
big-
it's the bumping heads. Like her and
Yeah.
I bump heads a lot. She's my best friend. She'll tell you, mom's my best friend, but we bump heads, and that's where I'm like, I wish I could just like. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I don't wish I.
He's all beep beep beep. CBS.
I don't wish I could do that. I just
Bring them in, boys.
It's just
Oh my
at
God,
that
give us-
age, they think they know everything. And,
Yeah.
you know, we've been that age before and we get it, you know? It's
And
just-
that's the balance that you have to figure out, right? Like I want to, like sometimes I want to smack her, but I'm like, no, because she's just a teenager and
doesn't
she's
know
going.
better.
I don't know what she's going through. I don't know what her brain is, her hormone. I don't know, right? And like you said, I've been through it.
Yeah, and it's
You know?
no, and the times are so different. Like they have social media like in their face, you know, they're competing with social media models and kids at school, and everything's being recorded. Like you say something and they record you, like that's it. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Like forever it's in your face. It's so
Yeah.
stressful for these kids, you know?
Dude, I'd probably be canceled if like any of the shit I said when I was younger I could put like online or something.
Imagine, and then it
I'm so
follows you
thankful-
forever.
Yeah, I'm so thankful there was nothing back then.
Yeah.
because we were dumb. See, and these kids are. I tell my daughter all the time.
They're
you
just
guys
as
are
dumb, but it's being
Just 'cause-
recorded
yeah,
now.
it's being
Yeah,
recorded.
I know.
Yeah.
I always say you guys are so dumb, but we were dumb. So I get it. But it's nice. I mean, if you do get the opportunity of being a parent,
There's a lot of pros.
you'll understand, and it's amazing. But it is the hardest thing I've ever
Honestly,
done in
though,
my life.
it is so hard. But when they're born, like you never felt love like that before. Like
1,000%.
you fall in love in seconds. Like you're like, oh my god, like I don't think I'll ever love another human like this, you know? And then my daughter was born and I was like, I guess I could. I could love another human like this, but like just
Meaning anybody else besides your kids.
Yeah,
Like, you don't.
yeah.
I feel
It's
like
just-
it's a stupid saying, but you know, it's like you don't know love until you have kids.
it's a different kind of
It's
love.
a different kind of love.
Yeah. Is that only from like the mom's perspective?
I don't know. You'd have to ask a dad.
Yeah. Just 'cause I remember I read a book in philosophy about how the dad's love is acquired over time. Like that's why the kids usually look like the dad when they come out, so they can have some
Connect?
type of connection of like that's my child.
Really?
Don't look
Yeah.
like us.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you know,
that makes so much
that same
sense.
book was like women who sleep around a lot is like a daddy issue because they just want to feel like that connection with like a male, even if it's a different man every night.
Oh,
Wow.
that sucks.
Yeah.
What was the book?
Eric Fromm, The Art of Love.
Oh,
I want to read that.
That is, it was like super sad. But I remember when I read it, I look at some of my friends like, this makes sense. Got daddy issues, girl.
Maybe yeah. Like maybe it is like I don't know. I saw my kids' dads' faces when my kids were born, and they looked like they were in love. I don't know if they felt the same thing I felt. You know, it's different when it's a part of you that you've carried for 9 months, and then they come out, and you're like, that's like a piece of me.
Yeah.
You know?
You lived inside of. That's so weird.
It's the weirdest thing
so
ever.
weird. Like you lived.
My mom would say like, that's because like, you know it's yours.
Yeah.
Like the guy can like be like, no, she would never. But like there will always be like in the back of your mind, like, could she?
Yeah.
Like, is it mine?
Not
Unless
my
they look
kid. My
identical.
kid looks exactly like her dad. She
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
Yeah, my
nothing. I'm like,
kids too.
I tell my daughter, your dad can never deny you, even if he wanted to, because you guys are like
Twins.
like carbon copy.
No wonder you guys bigger.
No, because she
I'm
has
like,
her personality.
Oh
She
yeah,
looks like-
she's
she looks like her.
yeah.
Yeah, my kids too.
When's your birthday, Angelica?
January 27th.
Oh, you're Aquarius.
Yes, I am.
And you?
Aquarius. The December. I'm Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are you?
Libra,
Oh, okay.
October 11th.
October 11th.
hmm
I get along with Libras.
Your birthday's January what?
27th.
Oh, my sister's 26.
Oh.
Libra
She must
seem
be
to
really
be.
cool.
She is. She's my favorite sister.
I have a favorite brother too.
She's my only sister.
He's my only brother too.
I'm like this. I don't have a favorite.
Oh
I
my
can't say it
God.
on mic. My dad ended up having other kids before me.
Yeah.
And my mom, when he died, my mom really wanted me to meet them. She's like, it's not their fault, you know.
Yeah.
Because I felt like they hated me, which, you know,
They hated
understandably.
you?
Yeah, because
Why?
I took their dad away.
Like you felt that way. That
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
mean-
yeah. And I was like, they don't want to meet me. But we met. My sister was so jealous.
What?
So jealous. When I came back, she's like, "Estabas con tus hermanitas." Like, she was in her feelings.
How come your sister? Oh, because she's from a different.
She's from a different
oh,
daddy,
got
yeah.
it. Do you keep in contact with that side of your dad? You don't.
Not at all, no.
No.
Oh,
We
I'm
had
sorry.
just the way they handled his death. I couldn't respect it.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Well.
Well, you got your reasons, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But you're still close to your sister.
Oh yeah.
Does she have any siblings, or it's just you?
She does, but she doesn't know them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, these men just have babies everywhere.
just everywhere, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other
Spreading
day.
their seed.
Because I'm like, so what do you think about men getting snipped?
I think I know a couple men who've done it.
It's fine, right?
Yeah, that's what I
Because I feel like men can literally get like 100 women pregnant in 1 year,
And at
like,
any age.
and women can only get pregnant once, like 9
Yeah.
months, and that's it. So like population would
Like
totally be controlled.
what's his face? Nick
Nick
Cannon.
Yeah,
He has
12 kids.
15 kids.
15?
12?
I thought it was 12. Yeah.
Okay, maybe you're
That's
12.
a lot still.
15 sounds better. You say 15, Karla.
It's a nice
12
number.
kids.
It's rounded.
And he tells you, well, the girl that was
And
on
like most of them are
Sunset.
different moms too.
No, what do you mean most of them? All of them.
No, he has like two. Like
Mariah Carey has 2.
yeah, and then he has like another one that has 2 with her.
Okay,
Not a
but
lot,
still.
but
Yeah, but that's a lot.
That's a lot of
yeah.
moms.
12
yeah.
kids.
I mean, he can afford them. But
Yeah,
like,
but is that the
tiny,
point?
But he does
That
tell
part,
them.
yeah.
He tells them, I have kids and that's what I do. Because
likes
the
to
girl
have kids?
the girl that was on that show, the realtor show, what's it called?
Selling Sunset.
Yeah, Selling Sunset. She's Nick's
Hey, mama.
baby mama, and I think they're together. And she said, she goes, we had an agreement, and I knew that what he was doing. And
I think on her side, it's like a business transaction. Like, I'm gonna have this kid. I'm good for life.
For
well,
the
that's what
girl?
that's what she
Yeah.
makes.
Yeah, for her, yeah.
No, but she makes it clear on the show that she takes care of herself and she
That
doesn't
show's
need
fake.
nobody. You think so?
No. It's like the owners of the houses they sell have gone like, yeah, they paid me to use my house to.
Wow, it's fake.
Really?
It's fake. Yeah, it's fake.
So then obviously she doesn't take care of herself.
I mean, she'll make a little something for Netflix, but she ain't like, you're not gonna pass up Nick Cannon's money, you know.
Well, how
But
much
she's
money?
with him, though, right?
How much money can you have though with all them? But then on the show, she found out that he had another baby on the way, and she was so upset. She was like, "I can't."
What?
This is
like,
happening.
how is she surprised? I don't understand how
You
people
exactly,
are
like-
surprised.
Because
Girl.
he didn't tell her
Oh,
that he got somebody
it's the
pregnant.
communication.
That guy needs
He's a
to,
mess. He needs to get snipped.
He needs
Yeah.
to get snipped.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, they should have applications for having babies.
Ooh, like
Right?
a credit score.
Yeah, like seriously, like there should have
Denied.
like you have to pass like a mental health.
Like if you can't buy a car at a dealership,
You shouldn't
can't
have a
kids.
baby. Yeah, that's more important, obviously. So.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that can buy cars. It should be something
I
else.
feel like and this is obviously this is fake.
How about
guys,
you
it's
take a
fake.
class?
Don't quote me on this, but it was just an idea because
Yeah.
sometimes I get lost in my imaginary world. But if like boys, would get snipped, like because you know how being snipped is like vasectomy, you can
Reversible?
get reversed,
Yeah.
and then it's like in order to reverse it, you have to be in like a committed relationship.
Child support has to be on time.
No, child support. Like
Oh.
you have to show that you are equipped to like raise a child
Oh,
with your partner and financially stable and mentally stable. I think the world would be a better place.
Well, let me defend my fellas real quick. Shouldn't it be the same for women too? Like,
No, but they can't get pregnant if the guy has a vasectomy.
okay,
So you have to apply
okay,
as a couple.
So you
Oh,
want
as a couple.
everybody to get a vasectomy?
Yes.
And then you can get
You can get it reversed. Yes.
you want to castrate men?
That's such a
off the
great
top.
idea. Hell
And then you
yeah.
have, because a girl can't get her tubes tight and get it reversed. I mean, yes, but it's a big surgery.
Shit, we're already having the
Yeah,
baby.
so we're having the baby. So the least they could do is, when they become teenagers, they get a vasectomy. This is fake, guys. Okay, don't quote me. And then
Or use condoms.
no, they fail. And think about
Listen
it.
to her idea, because I think she has a good thing.
Yes, and then
here.
you apply. Showing like, hey, like you have to go through all this to adopt kids. Why can't you to like raise?
God,
your
I
own
love
kid?
that idea.
And then you reverse it. I have a son. I would go do it.
you would advocate for this
Yes.
with your son.
Yes.
Like,
You don't
snip
think it's a
him.
good idea?
That's a little extreme, but I see where you're going with it.
I mean, I'm like, what is the solution, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you don't have to be rich. You just have to be rich and loved.
I'm all thinking about it. I'm like,
you should be able to afford. People are gonna get divorced anyway, right? But at least you're mentally stable, because
Yeah.
it happens, right?
Yeah.
So, but at least you have to be mentally stable enough to co-parent and like have a pre-plan before you have a baby. That if you get divorced, this is already your custody and everything.
Yeah.
In another world,
In another, yeah.
damn, that's
Then
such a great idea.
That sounds like a different country, not even another world.
it's too controlled.
Yeah, it's too
But
many
people
variables to
cannot
control.
be trusted clearly
Yeah,
to make good choices.
facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once like I always say, cuando se calienta la torta.
Ya no piensas. Ya no piensas.
¿De qué estamos hablando?
I always say that like it's completely 100% a woman's responsibility that the guy uses a condom, because the guy will do it without any time. So he's always gonna be like, can I? Oh my God, she let me. And if you never
Really?
stop it,
You'd be surprised.
because if you say no glove, no love, he's gonna be like, fine. But if you leave it up to him, he's gonna be like, fuck this.
There are traumatized
Thug
men out there
life.
who won't. Yeah.
I know. There's always the exception for the rule. Yeah.
But I don't think I should be
should-
responsible for him to like cover it
I
up.
think each person should have.
I think we should have that I don't
An
know. I
adult
guess it's
conversation.
if you're having
Maybe
one
there
night
should be a
stands.
conversation before they fuck, right?
Yeah,
like,
but
obviously, but
But that don't
teenagers.
happen.
Teenagers.
but what if you're like on a one night stand? Oh, sorry, hold on.
Let me have this conversation.
Let me
Yeah.
have this conversation with you.
No, just
You know what I
wrap
mean?
it. Yeah.
I
Or
think
not, whatever.
I knew somebody that it was a woman, a female, and she would carry condoms in her
Yeah.
purse, and I'd be like,
responsible. Right
I was like, you carry condoms? She goes, yes, girl.
did you like shame her?
No, I
Slut.
wanted to. No, I was like, in my mind, I was like, you go, girl. Like,
Yeah.
hell
She's
yeah.
gotta- yeah.
But because I didn't think of that, and she was like, I'm gonna carry condoms because guess what? If
They
I
don't
go
always-
somewhere and I want to go home with someone, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. I go home with someone. Guess what? You have no excuse.
Yeah,
Put this on. You want to
100%.
do this? Put it on.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, that's
Yeah.
such a great
Some guys
idea.
may be like, damn, what the fuck? You out here fucking like that? But
or
That's good though. It's not a bad thing. That means
or
okay,
you
that girl's
protect
clean.
yourself. Exactly. You protect
That
yourself.
girl's clean.
I know estamos in we're like
and they're like, the girl's clean con más ganas. Can I do it without?
I know, right? Well, if you're clean, I promise I'm clean.
I promise. Like, let me see your report. Let me see your report. It's on your phone now. It's on your phone now.
That would be better, like an app where you have to update weekly to like.
that's what you
Oh, yes.
Let's
then
all
you can
do
be like,
it.
look,
Let's
it's
do the app.
through the app. It's verified. I pay $8.99 for that shit. You know.
That's a good. There's so many great ideas out there,
I wonder
right?
if there's a way to like, you know how they have it for like diabetes and stuff, where you're like,
Oh, like poke it. Oh, like an instant check
Yeah,
or
it
something.
tells you
Yeah.
Like a
that
like
is
a
like,
COVID
oh,
test, but down there.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have COVID. No, I'm looking for another shit.
Great idea.
Oh my god, we're giving away so many ideas.
That would be a good one. I thought about that with like drug testing. Like a quick snob. Why you gotta go take a piss and all this like bullshit?
I know.
On the spot, right?
Yeah, on the
Because you
spot,
can
let's
go
go.
and like,
But they have it now. But it's still piss like parents who drug test their kids.
oh yeah,
Piss
yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
yeah.
shake it or whatever, and it tells them, "Oh, you're smoking the ganja." How you guys feel about your kids since you have teenagers smoking?
I don't know.
No.
Zero.
Zero. Zero tolerance.
I'm against drugs. I'm against drugs.
I'm against drugs. No, I really am against drugs. Yeah.
The hard drugs, right?
Yeah, I've just seen a lot. Yeah, it's not. No.
Yeah.
And, I'm a school counselor, so I see like the effects
yeah.
on children and
Drug addiction runs in my family, so both sides of my family,
And
dad
that's
and my mom's.
hereditary, right? Like addiction.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard it does. So I mean, I heard it is. So
it's not even worth risking it.
I kind of sometimes even take my daughter to downtown so she could see the homeless people.
Oh, the homeless
and
like
the ones that are,
this is what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you see that? And she's like, Mom. And
You
I'm
even
like,
gotta go that far no more right here and shit.
Right here by your
By the Walmart. By my Skyview.
Skyview.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I don't
we're
like
totally especially for teenagers. They're still developing. Their brain's not fully developed, and if they do drugs, like their development will stay at this age, and it'll show when they're adults. Like that they're acting super immature.
I had heard that I forgot who told me this, but like it was like a research that men who smoked when they were younger, their emotional development is slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're older, they go through like these like bro, grow the fuck up. But it's because they
delayed it.
Delayed it with doing drugs as a kid.
Yeah, 100%. And it shows. It really does show.
Yeah.
Like
And
I'm
you're
like, I know
"Damn,
you
bro,
did drugs. I could tell.
Can't say you're sorry.
So many. Yeah, they have a lot of like toxic traits. It's like dealing with a teenager.
Exactly.
But they're adults.
Yeah.
Like older adults. And you're like,
I know it's a little slower, but damn, it's really slow.
yeah.
Jeez.
I know there was like some doctor who like does like research on brain, and like you can see the brain waves of like a person who's done drugs all their life, and like even just marijuana, like at a young age, like teenagers, and it shows like how damaged their brain is because they're still in that development stage.
Oh wow.
Where their brain is developing and it slows it down.
See?
Yeah. So we're anti.
The research is out there.
It's there. I mean,
I'm anti. Well, I'm not anti. I mean, I do whatever you want.
yeah.
But like, I have noticed that like my friends or whatever that do weed, I'm like, I'm in pendejitos.
They're a little slow. Just a little.
I'm not against weed. I think weed is
Yeah.
okay. I'm not for my kid, obviously. Like I wouldn't mind doing like smoking
A
or
little doobie?
maybe an edible or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good with that. Like I'm not against it. But other than that, no.
Have you noticed? I don't know if do you guys go out much? Like
Sometimes.
Yeah. Like cocaine's like a big thing now.
What do you mean a big thing now? Hasn't it always been?
Yes, but now
more
it's
like everybody does it,
more
sort of
yeah,
thing.
so
like
more socially
let's just-
acceptable. Like
Really?
yeah, like before when I started like clubbing or whatever, people would go to the bathroom and hide it. Now you just see it out on the dance floor.
No,
like,
my kids aren't leaving. My
at the
son's not leaving
table.
the house. No.
I haven't been to a club in a long time.
I was joking
so-
around with a friend of mine. I was like, dude, more people do cocaine than they do weed. And then he found like a research thing that said that like
Wow.
there's more people doing cocaine than weed these days.
That's news to me.
That's
I didn't know
crazy.
that. Isn't
Yeah.
cocaine more expensive than weed?
I don't know.
How are people affording it? Do they not see how expensive everything is? Like, where are they getting it
Yeah,
from?
but that's the problem because they're getting the cheap shit that's cut up.
Oh,
with
that's so bad.
fentanyl and shit like that.
We're going to have a bunch of idiots in the future.
Or
Like a
dead people.
bunch.
Fentanyl
Yeah.
is so bad.
It's scary.
It's so bad. Yeah.
I have a friend who lost her brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
coke.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I lost somebody too on fentanyl. And
That's
she was
crazy.
only 18 years old.
18. That's tough.
Yeah. So
It's sad. Just stay away from drugs.
Yeah.
Just stay away and you won't risk it.
Yeah, I've never done drugs.
Don't
in
have
my
sex.
life.
You won't have kids.
Yeah.
The world would be so much easier.
Get a vasectomy. And you'll be fine. No child support for you. No child support for you.
Is tying your tubes like a big procedure?
It's a surgery. I mean, I haven't had it. But
Usually people have, not usually, but there's some people that have it like when they're having their last kid. They're like, you're already down there? Tie me up.
yeah, I mean, they're already
While
doing
you're
it.
under the hood.
But to
Yeah,
go back,
exactly.
to go back, it is a surgery. Like to go back and do that. And sometimes like people are like, I'm having my last kid and they're 33 and the doctor's like, no, you're too young. We're not going to
Oh,
tie it."
what?
Yeah.
Damn.
And they're like, especially if they just have one or two, and they're like, well, I don't want to have any more. They're like, well, you're too young. Like they have a age limit when the
But I think
Oh,
now
shit.
you take some, like they make you take some courses or something like that. Because I'm going
just to make sure that
sure that
you're,
that's what
you're
you
sure.
want to do.
Yeah.
That's
like
smart.
you're
Yeah.
done. You know, because at 29, 30,
You're still making dumb mistakes and shit. Yeah.
You might, yeah.
I was.
I mean, if you already have 3 kids, then you should stop.
Yeah.
At 30.
I think it depends on how many kids you have.
Yeah, that should be another
Or
requirement,
like
right?
being a surrogate, you have to have a kid before you can be
Yeah.
a surrogate.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't just do it. Oh, I
you
didn't
have
know.
to have had a kid already.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Shit, I don't know a lot of
They make
stuff.
money.
Yeah.
Like
You get,
50K
50
now?
racks and
Yeah,
shit?
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I have a client. I have a client who does it
twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have a client who does it. She wants to do it again.
That's kind of, I don't know if
That's
I
a
could
lot,
do
though,
it.
isn't it?
You
Being
put your
pregnant?
body through. I loved being pregnant though. Like I
But
loved.
for you,
Yeah, but then I got to keep the baby.
that's what I'm saying. Like, for you liked it for you.
But the babies would be my paycheck, right?
Yeah.
After I have the baby, thank you for my paycheck, 50K.
Yeah, but wouldn't you
Selling-
feel
You
sad
can't.
to give it away?
Yeah, because you get
Selling
attached some way.
babies. Yeah.
I heard
Selling
that.
babies.
I heard that in a way, like a part of you still is a part of the
Even
baby.
though, like, the DNA.
Yeah, just from like you feeding it and
It has to absorb something.
something. Yeah, their cells are in there, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if I could do it.
That's crazy.
Maybe $1 million.
$1 million?
50,000 is not enough.
Girls doing that here for like
in this
a
economy.
Honda Civic.
Like-
And shit.
Honda Civic.
A 98 Honda Civic. I'll take it.
I'll do it for a combo.
50
For a
rags.
Big Mac.
I got 20 on it right now. I bet.
Imagine. Oh gosh.
But 50 rags, that's a lot of money.
It used to be a lot.
Just
of
shows
money.
you what kind of people are doing it, right?
But
People who can afford that.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
for
of
sure.
course.
Yeah.
I mean,
but if you think about it, if you do it like in payments, like a car, like a nice.
People
SUV
are
or
doing
some
in
shit.
vitro too. That's a lot of money.
Is that
yeah,
more?
in vitro.
It could be,
It could be, yeah.
wow.
And it
'Cause it's-
doesn't guarantee anything.
Right.
and it doesn't guarantee it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's tough. I mean, people really want to have babies out there, and then some people shouldn't have babies out there.
I don't think
balance,
anybody should be having kids right now. Sorry.
No.
In this economy, That's a little
Economy,
pricey.
the way the world is heading, everything
The
that's
weather.
like the weather, hurricane. What's her name?
Hillary.
Hillary.
I'm like,
Hillary.
It came
made
and
such
rained
a-
on us a little bit.
I know they made such a big deal, and then it was like,
You
Like
know
a car
what?
wash?
I was talking to a friend yesterday and he was like, how you doing with this hurricane? I'm like, oh, I'm so scared, you know? And then he made a good point. He said, you know, the government, the news, and this is what I was telling my dad this morning. I'm like, they put it out there like, oh my God, we got to get prepared. You got to get, so guess what everybody does?
Go and
spend
buy
a ton
shit.
of money.
I
yeah.
just thought this. I was like,
Yeah.
what if they like hyped it up
Yep.
just
for like to get a boost in sales
yeah,
and shit?
that's what they did.
Yep.
Then I was
And
like,
I
it's
mean-
early in the third quarter. I don't know if they do it yet, or the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
the
the third quarter.
The third quarter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But look at everybody.
And
Look
they
at everybody
did.
going crazy at Costco.
Yeah.
I went to Aldi and I was like, there's no more pizza? What?
that's all she cared about. But honestly,
Because it's like quick food.
yeah,
to make,
and,
yeah.
Most, and most people were buying things they're gonna buy anyway. So all that's gonna happen is they're just not gonna buy for the next
Yeah.
month.
No, but the people that went crazy buying like loads and loads of like the toilet paper and the waters and I mean
Oh, like
water, yeah.
before?
But it's like that's it made so much sense. Like they hyped it up, going buy more stuff.
always
and ahí
hysteria.
vamos,
Like
ahí
some
vamos.
fucking corporate bigwig was like, "Yo, I need a boost in sales."
Yep.
Like let's make a hurricane.
Yeah, let's scare
Hillary.
these folks. Yeah,
Yep.
Who named it Hillary?
Trump.
Who names these? Remember what's his name? Oh no, that wasn't him.
What?
I was watching a TikTok and the guy was like, who names these? Who names the
Natural
hurricanes?
disasters.
Yeah.
It's like
who
whoever identifies it, that's who names it. Like it's after
my
the
mom.
person.
He's like, I hate my mom. She ruined my life.
Hurricane Carmen.
Carmen. I mean, I was seeing like TikToks in Mexico, like the wind was crazy over there.
Oh,
and like
yeah.
over there it was, but
Yeah.
it just like by the time it got to us, it's like
Well, like
it was a buffer.
It kind of went around us, and like LA got like flooded.
Yeah. Or,
Which
like,
good for
Palm-
fuck
It said
LA,
they
right?
skipped us.
Yeah.
like Palm
Something-
Springs. I know it's because
Oh,
we're like
Palm
in a sweet
Springs,
spot
yeah.
right here, you know?
right in the corner.
Like we're in the
Yeah.
sweet spot. Like it's like, no, San Diego's pretty. Let's pat it on the head.
Let's go to LA. They're dirty.
Let's just they need a good wash.
Váyanse, cabrones.
The pollution over there and
Yeah,
everything.
it's
They're like,
bad.
let's clear it up.
They drove by San Diego like, nah, they're
Yeah,
good.
they're good.
Se portan bien.
See.
Seriously, like everything
Yeah.
always misses us.
Are you guys San Diego raised? Okay. What
Yeah.
school did you go to?
I went to Castle Park.
Oh, CP. All right.
Yeah.
I went to Chilla. How about you?
Yeah.
Castle Park?
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
look
you glowing.
amazing.
Look at that skin. Come on.
I'm class of 1982. Do I look good?
shoot, the,
1982.
shoot the skin routine, girl. Because that shit.
Oh, she's an esthetician.
That's why. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's why.
Oh. That makes me feel so good because I do work hard on my skin.
There you go.
I always say I'm
like the hair
like
too.
super. Thank you. I always say
She's
I'm
a
super,
hairstylist.
super high maintenance. I'm
All right, let's feed. I'm just-
hey,
Not for free. Not for free. Hey, not for free.
I
Yeah, not for
charge.
free, yeah.
I charge for
Not
that.
these days.
Yeah.
People
No.
make a lot of money. on
I
cute
say I'm
pictures.
high maintenance, like to go to sleep. My routine for nighttime is like ridiculous. I could get ready in 10 minutes, but my nighttime routine, oh my god,
Like
I get
3
on my
hours.
own nerves. But yeah.
No.
Yeah, your next husband's gonna be like, yeah, wait. Trying to give you these quick 5
Yeah,
minutes.
You're like, yeah, boy. She's so I know.
Oh man.
I'm gonna give you this other. No, I'm just playing.
So you're born and raised here too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Family's from Mexico City.
Okay.
I love Mexico City.
I love it.
I want to move to Mexico City.
Thought we wanted to move to Oaxaca.
Oaxaca?
whatever.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to move.
You don't like San Diego?
I do, but I think that I want to move.
Okay.
It's-
You're at that point.
At some point. Not right now.
I never thought that I wanted to leave San Diego, but I feel like I'm over it.
Okay.
And just with I feel like there's like I need something new.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for now, we're just traveling, right?
Yeah.
Trying, yeah.
Yeah, we'll travel. Get to
You too? Would you want to leave San Diego?
No.
Oh, it's nice. Hire.
I like San Diego. Honestly, when I travel, I miss San Diego. I'm like, oh, I want to go home, like home. But you know, my mom's here. I
That's
have a
right.
lot of siblings, and we all live really close to each other. And I mean, if we all moved, yeah, but it's hard, you know, when
Yeah.
you're so close to your family.
Yeah.
But I'm so close that my mom lives downstairs.
That's real close.
My mom is my roommate.
My mom lives downstairs, and she makes really good tortillas.
Because we thought the hurricane was gonna be bad, we went and got my mom. So she came with us from Saturday. I just dropped her off before we did this.
Oh,
How did that
And
go?
I was, it reminded me of like
Back in the
living
day.
with her. I was like,
It's kind of nice,
2
huh?
days is cool.
Yeah, 2 days. Did she clean and like cook and
No,
stuff?
no.
Oh, my mom does that. See, she'll
Nah.
clean and cook. She doesn't stop.
My mom would be like, ¿Quieres que te lave? And I'd be like, no, it's because she's like, oh, shit, all right.
So what she do? Just watch movies and stuff?
Literally.
Yeah.
And then ask me to make her food and shit.
Wow.
But that was growing up though. She would like, she taught me how to cook and clean.
So she's like, now you take care of me.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Man, I gotta do that with my son. And, like seriously, like every time I'm hungry, I'm hungry,
And he will wait for you.
and I'm
Like
like,
he'll starve. and
he'll
we'll
text
wait.
me, I'm hungry, and I'm like, hi, hungry. That's nice. I'm hungry
Yeah.
too. What are you gonna make me? And he's like, come on, I'm hungry. But it's like I realize like it's his love language.
to be
Like taken care of, like, because you know he's older now, so it's not like, oh, let's cuddle, let's watch a movie. Like it's not like that anymore because he's 16 and he has a girlfriend, and he's just like, don't hug me, you know. So to him, is bonding and like having that mommy time is like me cooking for him. But I'm not.
But that's not your love language.
No, mine's like give me massage. No, mine's like sit down and watch a movie with me. Like, and he's like, I'll give you 20 minutes.
quality time.
Yeah, for me it's quality time. And then my daughter's like, I'll make you some. She's 7. She'll tell him, I'll make you something. He's like, no, I don't want you to make me anything. I want my mom to
And she fell into the role easy, huh?
Yeah, but she loves taking care of people. She made me that water. She was like, I put ice in it. It's cold. You like it? I
so
said,
sweet.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, she's
That's
cool.
cool. Do you worry that like growing up when he gets like in his 20s or whatever, he looks for like that? Like a woman who's gonna like
Take care of him.
take care of him. I call them mommy replacements.
Honestly, no, because I've seen him with his girlfriend, and he's so
Attentive?
to her. I think it's just what he needs from me
Oh, okay.
as his mom, because he's not getting it from his mom. So it's the one thing he needs from me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll cook and he'll eat, and then he's like hungry again. Like he never stops eating.
He's
I'm like, you're
young.
like a garbage disposal. But then he's like a bougie garbage disposal because he doesn't want like leftovers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's
Damn,
like,
man.
do you have
He doesn't
steak?
like a lot of things.
He doesn't.
No.
He's a very
So is
complicated
this
eater.
T-bone? Mm.
Yeah. He's like, I'll have some filet mignon, or can you get me some sushi? Or
Jesus.
yeah, I'm like, how about some?
Old
How
school with
about,
some chopped ramen.
I'm a
growing up.
huevo con weenie. I'll make you huevo con weenie.
He's like, por
nah.
favor, madre, por favor.
Yeah, like
Ubícate.
I know, like seriously. And I'm like, can I just make you a sandwich? I don't need sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. He
Okay.
doesn't like
So what
sandwiches.
kind of bread is it? What are we talking here?
Oh,
No, he likes
Like-
tortas.
He likes
Torta.
torta bread and sourdough bread now.
Oh, sourdough's and
Yeah,
shit.
he could do sourdough. He's like, and it has to be toasted.
Toasted has to
Yeah.
be. Sourdough
Yeah.
doesn't taste good non-toasted.
Nope.
Yesterday he was like, I'm hungry. I'm like, well, why don't you go make yourself a sandwich? There's either sourdough bread and there's ham, right? He's like, can you do it for me? You really can't toast the bread yourself? It's 11 p.m. I'm in bed. Like, no.
He
go away.
went to your bedroom to ask you to make.
Yeah. I said no. I said
You
no.
have an air
Sorry.
fryer?
Yeah, he could do it. He could do it.
Oh, okay.
He wants her to do it.
He wants me to do it. So,
We were out one day. We were out like at the bar, whatever we were, and he messages her,
Bring me
I'm
something.
hungry. And she's like, okay. She's like, go make something. And he's all, I'll just wait for you. He waited until
He
got
waited
home.
till 1 in the
1 in
morning.
the morning.
He's on, bring me Jack in the Box.
Sounds
And
like
then
me
I
my
showed up
girl
with
goes
no
out.
Jack in the Box. And then he was like,
That's
I was waiting
heartbreaking.
for you. I'm like, I told you not to. But then, well, can you make me? And then the mommy and me's like,
Yeah.
como
Should've just bought
mensa.
it at the drive-thru.
Como mensa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
this-
mensas with our kids. That's another thing.
With
You're going to
men,
be a
yeah.
menso.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then I'm like, he's 16. I'm like, it's just 2 more years. And then
And then you're going to
Kick
miss
him
it.
out?
And then he's working now. So now even like the food, but now he knows. He's just like, well, can we just eat at home? There's food at home. I'm like, now you know.
Ya le
You thought the
costó.
money goes
Yeah.
fast. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
I know. But minimum wage is a lot. I
Was it
remember
like 15 now?
like 15, 16. I don't know.
God damn, all right.
He makes like 16 something.
When I first got a job, minimum wage was $4.25.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, everything's
But
expensive,
gas was
right?
$1.
Yeah.
$1.19.
I know.
Yeah, no,
So I get it.
119, you're right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not comparable, right? Like everything's so expensive, but
Yeah.
still, and I'm like, how much is your check? You got no bills. Like that's a lot of money.
Run that phone bill, son.
I know.
Bring
Like
me Jack in the Box.
sometimes he's like, if you take me, I'll get you food too. He tells
He's like,
me.
you fly, I buy.
Yeah, I know. And then he has his permit now, so I have to like take him.
Oh,
Oh my
nice.
god, that is the scariest thing ever. Teaching your kid how to drive.
Really? Is it a patience thing?
Well, I have no patience.
Oh, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I have none, and it's scary. Like I don't have the brake on my side. You know, on my side, stop.
The car's
And then
like
he
3
stops.
blocks away. He's like,
Yeah.
madre.
He stops. He's
please."
all. I'm like, okay, like stop slowly. Woo, you're freaking me out.
Does your daughter drive?
No.
Not yet, but it's coming.
She's a
I don't
passenger
want her to
princess.
drive.
That's right.
No. She's like, oh, when can I get my permit? I'm like, hold up. I'll take you. I'll drive you. You know, I'm a
She's
stupid
like, I'm the
mom.
cool
I'm
mom.
like, you should stay with me forever and don't ever drive. I'll do everything for you.
And then when she's an
then-
adult, like, why aren't you driving? Why do you
Yeah.
need me so much?
No, she's 14.
Yeah, no,
Well,
she's
the
still
good thing
young.
is, when she's, a woman or mujercita, where like a guy's not going to judge her for not driving. But if it's a dude and you don't drive, then you're going to be
Yeah,
judged.
you're going to be like, why don't you drive?
Yeah, like,
I have to
what?
come pick you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want my daughter to drive, when she can drive. It's just scary being in the car with them when they're
oh,
learning.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he's doing like the behind the wheel with the driving school. He's like talking mad shit about me to the driver. My mom has no patience for me. She yells at me. Blah, blah, blah. Like he told me, he's like, yeah, I told her everything. I'm like, well, why don't
Yeah,
you go with her
stay
more?
snitching.
Yeah, just go with her then. But
Go
I'm
live
like,
with her.
for real. I'm like, that's because she has the brake on her side of the car.
Oh, that's right.
She does. I'm like, I would be better if I had the brake too.
Yeah,
Some
if
kind of
you were able
control.
to control something. Yeah. That's Mexican mom shit. Right
But I
there.
realized like I'm not a good communicator to him, like to do instructions.
Oh.
Like I'm not good with the words. I'm like, go right. He's like, what? Go here, turn like this. And he's like, what? I'm like, oh my god, I don't have the words. I'm not like, oh, like do a like a. I can't even do it right now. Like if you were
Make
driving,
a left. Make a right.
I'm not a good narrator like for driving because in my brain I'm like, oh,
You already know what to do.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like you're gonna make a
And
right
then
here.
you're like freaking out because your son is driving. So you're like, I'm scared. So you have no control
no, your brain
over
blocks
like, right.
the words. I'm just not good at saying, hey, you need to do a wide turn to be able to make that right or something like that. I'm just like, what are you doing? And it doesn't come out. And he's like, oh my god, you're freaking me out. And I'm
See,
like,
that's dangerous.
Maybe dad should teach him.
but yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but dad doesn't live here.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
a problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, it'd be nice. Trust me, it'd be nice.
Do you have to send your son away then?
Yeah, his dad lives in Vegas.
Oh, that's-
But he lived in LA for a long time, so he would go with him every other weekend, and
that's
I would
cool.
meet halfway. And so he's been very present in his life. But last year he moved to Vegas, and last year my son decided to have a personal life. So
Ah, sweet.
now my son decides when he wants to go or not go.
Oh,
Well, he's
he has a
16.
girlfriend too.
And he's
he has a
16 and now he has
girlfriend,
a job and he's trying to drive and he's in high school.
That's
and
going to happen
it's
eventually
just,
with
and it's not
every
kind of
kid.
personal.
advanced though. That's advanced.
Yeah.
I would say.
He's 16. It's not personal. He loves his dad, you know, but he's like, well, come visit me. He tells his dad, like, come here.
Planes go both ways.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm working. I'm making money. I'm like, come on. You don't have any bills. Like, you can go see your dad. I'm like, take me with you. It's in Vegas. Let's go.
He probably sees like how much it is. He's like, oh, that's a little price.
And
What's Spirit looking like?
well, I mean, we'll pay for him to fly out there. But no,
okay.
but then that's the other thing. I can't convince him to get on a flight by himself. He wants me with him. Or even an Uber. I was like, it's not hard. Like, just use the app and they'll pick you up. No, that's a stranger. You can't make me get in the car with a stranger. I was like,
But you know what? I
That
think
just shows
that's
you how we grew up.
I'd be like, that's good because then you know that he's not going to leave anywhere by himself.
oh, I'm not afraid for him.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because he's afraid enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, no. But then it's kind of like, well, you can do like the app shows like the car and everything.
license
I could
plate,
track
yeah.
you and everything. Like, just do it, right? And he's like, no, wait for you. I'm like, can't have a life, you know?
Would he be okay with you dating? Oh well, he
Yeah.
already went through that. Never mind. Yeah. Because he's
Yeah,
older.
with his
You know,
so
the
yeah,
stepdad,
yeah. That her brother was his stepdad, and yeah, he's okay with it. You know, he does worry about me a lot because he wants to make sure I'm happy and that people treat me right. But you know, these men out there,
Pretty trash.
It's
I wouldn't call
hard.
them trash. They're just not. I just have
It's
high
hard
standards
out
at this
there.
point, and I'm not willing to settle.
I was just talking to a friend about that. I was like, you know what's so weird? Like, why us men or whatever do shit. We go on Instagram and we see like all these like super sexy girls or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's easy to fall for like looking at yours and being like, but there's better out there. I could do better. Not knowing that you probably can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to find somebody who rocks with you, like
Yeah.
who you're with already. But they just think like, oh, but look, there's so many out there. Like,
There's so many. I mean, we were
Yeah.
just talking about that in our episode, the one that just released somebody about like these women who are like pick me girls, right? And who are like putting themselves all out there. It's just for physical attention, right? Like attention for their physical
and
traits.
they're gonna get it.
They're gonna get it.
because men are
visual creatures.
visual and hunters. They're hunting, right? So these women are putting themselves out there and these men are falling for it, which I'm not just blaming. It could go the other way too.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
men will put, the other day I was watching a reel and usually like the men that are like all like sweaty and working out, I'm like, I don't
Nah.
know. Like,
Yeah, nah.
I swear, or they're dancing. I'm like, oh my God, how embarrassing.
Like, show
you
me a
really
dad
have
bod.
camera and you're like dancing. And I'm like, no, I want to see real men, right?
Yeah.
But this guy, I was like, oh, are you looking at me? Because I had to find it. I'll send it to you guys, to you too, because you'll be like, oh shit, he was looking at me.
Stop.
Stop it. Have you seen the TikToks where the guy goes, okay, put me in your ear. Like put the phone in your ear. And then he's like talking to you like if you're on the phone. Have you had that?
I haven't.
I've seen the other way.
What did you say?
I've seen like the girls ones of that.
Oh, yeah.
Where they whisper like if they're whispering
Sweet
during
nothings.
sex and you're like, hey, yeah, yo.
Oh, really?
I'm in public.
You're all. Hold on.
No, the guy's like, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, you deserve the world. I'm like,
You're like, I forgot this was
That's like
TikTok.
adult porn right there.
No,
that's what women want to hear that, and then men want to hear
But do
the
you
other
think when you
stuff.
were younger, you were more leaning towards like the physical look, and then now as you get older, you know what really matters, and so you.
I think I have to agree with you because
Yeah.
so at some point you're like, oh, he's ugly. No, I don't want to go out with him. Or
Yeah.
oh no, he's like this.
What are they gonna think?
Yeah, exactly.
How are we
And-
going to look together?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we
we-
had this conversation.
Yeah.
We had this conversation. And
Yeah.
for me, I'm all about connection. Like
Yeah.
if you're on a dating app, right, you are
You're
gonna see the physical, yeah.
physical immediately.
And
obviously because that's okay, but then you read the
But you
the
can be
bio
turned
and
off
stuff
real
like that.
quick with
Oh,
what they
yeah.
write on their bio.
Oh, yeah.
Like real quick, you're like, next.
Yeah.
And they could be like a good looking person, but you're like, you look like an ugly person inside right now with what you just responded down here on this prompt, right?
Yeah.
But for sure. And then I was telling Karla, I'm like, if you're not attracted to them, it's not going to work either. So you have to be attracted to them, but they don't have to be good looking. You just have to be attracted to them.
Right.
Like,
to-
attraction isn't physical.
It's not, it doesn't have
like
to
an
be.
energy or some
Yes,
shit. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But
I'm
if
all
you're
about
like,
energy
oh,
and-
like, Like we get
Connection.
along, there's a vibe, but then you're looking at them and you're like, but I'm not attracted to them. I don't want them touching me. You know? It's kind of sucks, but it's like, it is what it is. You can't decide if the attraction's there or not. Like you're not going to choose that. It just happens, you know?
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even guys, you can look at a girl and be like, oh, she's pretty.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Probably fucking boring as shit though.
Yes. Like when you're
Or these women that are like beautiful, but they're all about material, right?
Yeah.
It's all about like, well, what are you going to
Bags,
buy me? And
shoes and
yeah,
shit,
where are you going to take me? And like, I cannot believe that this actually happens, but it does happen. And I'm like, holy crap, I would never ask a man to be like, well, what are you going to get me?
Oh, I know, me either.
That would be normal.
What?
Normal?
Really?
Yeah,
That's not normal for us. No.
like these days. Like I had a guest on. He's like a friend of mine. He said that he was gonna sleep with some girl, and she's like, but before, like, where are you gonna take me? What are you gonna buy me? And he's like, yo, what the fuck? And so she kept doing that on and off, and then he walked us to the car, and she's like, so where are we going next? Like, what are you gonna get me? And he's like, what is this, a business transaction?
That's so weird.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
That's not our type of people.
Well, no, I mean these are also like. in
And
their 20s
again,
shit.
Well, that I mean,
And
probably
to each their own, right?
But he's
I
saying
mean,
like 20s.
Yeah, they're just 20.
I know grown
Women our
that
age,
do.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That are all interested in, well, if he doesn't have money or if he doesn't have,
Hey, you can't be for the vibe or good time. What the fuck?
obviously I don't want, somebody that lives
Like by Walmart
with a
over
bunch
here?
of roommates and can't get
This is a penthouse.
Not you. I'm saying at Walmart.
underneath
Like in
the
the
bridge.
parking
In the parking lot.
No, obviously, for me, you have to have some.
He got all defensive.
I was like, oh,
Get the hell out! Get out!
Nice views. I said, 'cause he's a sunset.
got corner windows. Like, what the-
Is it enough for you?
Get out.
You're one of those girls, huh? Yeah.
No, I met people living like down there.
Yeah.
But no, obviously we
No,
want.
obviously, I
can
want you to
support
be
yourself.
stable and have a car and a place to live, right?
Yeah.
And have goals and aspirations. Like,
Don't sneak me into grandma's house. Type shit.
right.
Yeah.
But I don't care if like you're rich. Like that doesn't mean anything to me. Like it doesn't mean anything
And like
to
what
me.
you could do for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Also because you do your own.
Yeah.
Like these girls who want that probably don't do shit. They're just like, okay, where am I
Or
gonna
they
get
just
mine?
they're just gold diggers. I'm sorry. I hate to say that word. I'm sorry. I take
you
it
know
back.
what's weird though? It's like then people like us will go on dates, right? And these men are expecting that, right? Because they're used to that.
and then
we're not
it's
like that.
refreshing.
You
They're
think
like-
that's what it is?
Yeah, they'd be like, oh shit.
I feel like it scares them. They run away.
I mean,
The wrong
we're
ones.
not-
maybe.
because
this
we're not-
reminds me of when I went to school up north and I had a roommate and we went into this like store. It was like a guns and knife store. And the girl working the counter, she was real cute and she had a knife. He's like, oh damn, you got a knife. Do dudes get intimidated? And she said, if a man's intimidated by me having a knife, that's not a man for me.
It's true. So
it's
the
like
wrong ones are leaving.
They're
It's fine.
filtering themselves out.
Yeah,
by-
they are.
Yeah.
If they
We're-
get scared because you can like do it, hold it down yourself, then he's not the.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
He's not
that's the
there.
thing. Like a lot of the men that are out there, especially on the apps, are those men.
Oh wow.
It's not pretty out there.
I would love my girl could make some money. I'd be like, baby, you better spoil me.
He's gonna be like the girls on the. What you gonna buy me?
What you gonna buy me?
Where
babe?
where you gonna take me? I want to see sunset somewhere nice.
I'll drive, but
But can I have some gas money?
you pick up the bill.
Oh man.
I'm like, damn, when did it get flipped? Tampoco, I don't want that either. Just equals.
Yeah, equals.
Yeah.
I have no problem
Respect
paying for a
for each
date.
other, yeah.
You know, I have no problem paying for a date. It doesn't really bother me.
Not
As
the
long
first
as
date.
it's the first
Not the
date.
second.
Never,
Not
never the
third.
first month. You know.
Yeah,
But
take
like,
me out a few
but when
times.
you're in a relationship, it's fine.
Oh yeah, let's
yeah,
take
go back and
turns. I'm
forth.
good
It
with
doesn't
that.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but these days, I'm speaking for like the younger generation. They probably don't see it like that. They think like men across the board, like
Yeah,
Have to pay for
probably.
everything.
pay for everything.
Probably.
My poor son.
Exactly.
At least he has a girlfriend already, you know?
do you see him like buying her stuff and shit?
He does, yeah. But she's so sweet. She
She
does
is.
a lot for him too.
Ah, okay. that's
She's a
good.
sweetheart, you know? She'll like make him things.
That might even be his first breakup. You know, like the first heartbreak.
Oh my God. Son,
ya lo
don't
está-
watch his
ya lo
episode.
está
Ya te echó la
separando.
mala sal. Ya te la echó.
But better he get it out of the way now than in his 20s and shit. All
Or what
heartbroken,
if
calling his mom.
it's like someone that he's gonna be with? You know how some people have like high school, like, and then they're
Sweethearts?
forever. Yeah, and they're together forever, and they die together.
I feel like You know any of those success stories?
My mom,
Oh, okay.
my dad, they were together since she was 18 until my dad passed away.
Super, because I think people change, right? We evolve.
But you can evolve together
You can, but
or separate.
I think for the most part, they grow separately and they end up liking different
happens a lot.
things. And
It happens a
that
lot,
happens more
unfortunately.
than not, but
Right.
it still does happen where
Yeah.
people change together and they grow together.
and those are cool stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't
I mean, I feel like you got to live a little. Sorry.
like where the other there's 31 flavors. Like you gotta
Exactly. Thank you. I feel like you gotta go out there, like, you know.
and
I
then
tell
you
all
appreciate
my,
what you have.
Yeah, I tell all my female and male guests, like, hold it out, go out there,
Dang.
see what's out there, you know. Then you don't. Nothing will be left to like, what if?
Yeah,
ifs.
you know it's
Yeah.
true because when I got married at 22, although I was in love and I wanted to be with him forever, because also like my upbringing is like once you get married it's forever, right? And I wanted to, I really did want to be with him forever, but we were together like good 10 years or something, and so here I am like freshly divorced 30, right? And I'm thinking I'm old, which now I'm like, dang, I was young. Right? But I was like, oh, what? I get to go out there and have fun and meet new people. There wasn't much out there though, let me tell you.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no. So I was like, you have that in the back of your mind, but
Well,
then
it's because the people you grew up with probably got married later, and so they're done with that life.
yeah.
And you're trying to like come into that life, and it's just like it's
Well, I
not.
started
It's
hanging out
already
with
a bunch
people
of
that
married
were
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started. I was in college, so like I ended up meeting some friends when I was still married that were like 5 years younger than me. So when I separated, I started hanging out with them, and they were single, and they were 25 and
Oh, okay.
and everything like that. But it was fun. You do have to
also
get out
that
of
shit
your
is not for everybody.
It's not.
Yeah.
What, marriage?
Like no, that
No, like partying and everything.
Going out and
Yeah.
partying. and shit,
Yeah, I've never been a drinker and I've never been like the partier or anything like that. But like I didn't have my son every other weekend. So I was like, I'm gonna go out, And there was times where I was like, oh my God, like I went too far right there, But for the most part, I wasn't. I've always been like an old lady at heart.
Oh, okay. No,
And
not
even more now, how we're like, it's like 9. We should go home.
Like that one time we went to that club.
We were home
recently.
like 10 or something.
No, recently we were like, oh my God, it's so loud in here.
It was that happened a few weeks ago. She was like, we walked in, she goes, I want to go home. I was like, it's 10.
Everybody wanted to go home.
What club was it? A downtown
Oh
club?
my
or
God.
something?
No,
I don't
we
even
don't
want to
wanna talk
say.
about
I don't even want to
Damn,
say.
alright, shit.
Hey, when we're done with this, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I doing
Like
here?
the music was so loud. Like I'm like, oh my God,
It
I'm
was
becoming an
like-
old lady.
No, it was. You know what? For me, it's like it's not that I'm an
prefer-
old lady.
No,
For
it's too
me,
much.
it's like I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I don't need to be doing it at 44 years old.
Yeah.
I don't.
You just exposed your age. Why'd you do that?
I don't
People
care.
can calculate it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not shy about my age.
Yeah.
We're all
look
heading the
34
same
though, so
way.
you don't get it.
Thanks. But yeah, I was like, I've been there. I've done this. I used to party since I was 16 years old. So I don't want to.
Yeah.
I want to be home.
Yeah. And I didn't party, but I didn't want
My
it
girl
to be.
calls me an old man because she's leaving. And she's like, what are you going to do? I was like, nothing. And don't tell anybody I'm not doing nothing. Like, I don't want nobody to be like,
Let's
hey,
go
you
out.
want to go out? Yeah. She's like, old man. I was like, hell.
Is she
nothing
younger
more
than you?
Yeah. Nothing more peaceful than just sitting on my couch
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
alone when she leaves.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, peace.
I am a drinker, so I do like to have like some wine while I'm at
I should
home.
have offered you some wine.
Yeah, and just chill.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting drunk at home. I'll have a glass or two, and I'm done, and that's
Yeah.
it. I love my time at home. I
Yeah.
love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
That's good though.
Yeah.
You gotta let loose sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill. When I go to
Once
her
in a
house,
while.
I'll have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
She's mad a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Well, we record and stuff. We're just laughing.
Laughing and just
So how'd you
Chit-chat.
guys do with the Cynthia one? That one was pretty intense for me because I've never had anybody come on and like share trauma like that, and I was
yeah.
like, that was like,
So we
like,
have
boom, that was rough.
Yeah. So I'm huge on mental health, right? Obviously, because of my profession. And so we try to have guests that have a story, right?
Okay.
And have overcome something. Sometimes there's, it doesn't have to be like a traumatic story, but hers was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was pretty.
And she was connected. So there's this guy that, so during the whole, like, remember when there was riots and stuff like that? Like during
COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started following this guy on Instagram because he was posting like live videos of whatever was going down downtown or something. And then like we connected and I was like, in my mind, it was just somebody else that you're following, right? And then he just started sending me messages. And I'm like, oh, he's cool. And then I found out that he like knows people that I know and everything like that. Okay. So he actually reached out and he was like, hey, it's really cool that you're doing a podcast, whatever. He's like, I used to do that. And I know I have a lot of people that you can interview. And I was like, okay, send somebody my way. And it was her. Yeah, and I asked her too. I'm like, oh, how do you know that guy? And she was like, I don't. Like, he just connected both of us. He doesn't know either of us.
That's the beauty of social media.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, cool, because I don't really know him either, but he's cool. So I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, that's how we connected with her and brought her on the podcast. But her story was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, not cool. It's a lot.
I was like, when did he like first? She's like, our day of the marriage. And I was like, motherfucker, what?
I know.
That was rough. Like, I laughed a little, but it wasn't like funny laugh. It was like uncomfortable.
Like holy crap, what do we, right,
yeah.
Right. What now? What do I say now?
You know, though, but like the old me has been put in positions where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. But then I'm like, oh, I've already committed. Just do it. Like that, you know, that kind of feeling. And you convince yourself just to do something because it's uncomfortable to like create chaos to not do it. And I can imagine like what was going on in her mind. Yeah, that's tough. Like, oh, I've already committed. I already have a kid with him. Let me just get married.
Like stick around,
and get married. Like when he did that to her, and then they got married. You know, the same day.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what? I probably would have been like, well, you know what? We always say we probably, but we don't even know what we don't do.
You don't know.
The person married us said first kiss, not first hit. You know, like chill out.
Yeah, it's a lot. I know. I feel bad.
And she was young. You know, I think when you're young, we do a lot of stupid things, and we don't think, right?
I make a lot of mistakes.
I don't know. That's pretty stupid. You know, like I've never once thought about hitting a woman, let alone like my girl.
No. I honestly would love. You know what? I would love to interview a man that has hit
and like
woman.
What goes on in his mind,
and what makes you go, I'm just gonna.
Well, it's probably what they saw growing up. Or something.
Yeah, and then they just can't regulate themselves. They're
well, we don't know.
Yeah.
I'd love to interview somebody.
Yeah.
Actually,
I can't even call my girl a bitch. Like that's
you shouldn't.
No, I know, but like
I tried.
He said meaning you wouldn't. That doesn't even cross your mind. That's what. No. I cannot stand a man. I don't care who it is. A man that calls a woman a bitch, whether it's like you're driving in a car and she cuts you off. Oh, you bitch. It's like
pretty cringe.
Like, really?
It's not necessary.
Like, you can just flip her off like everybody else? You know?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
mean, different men grow up differently. And
that's true.
Trauma.
I mean, it's like what you see.
Men with trauma with, like, women and shit. So.
And, like, if you're constantly hearing your dad call women bitches, then it's like...
Music, too. Music has
music influences. And then if you have a lot of anger inside of you, it really comes out in different ways.
Well, it just goes to show you have no control.
Yeah.
Right? You have no control over yourself.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. You want to interview somebody?
I'd love to. Honestly. I would love.
I almost had it on a guy who's a registered sex offender.
Oh, yeah. I can't go there.
And I was like, I don't know if I could do it, though. Because I think I'd get mad.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, I got nieces, bro. Like,
I know.
Like,
I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't have something like that on the podcast.
But it was like she was 17, he was whatever. But still, it's like...
Yeah. You know, it's kind of like that. Have you seen that movie, like Mindhunter?
Yes.
And like you get it, you interview like these serial killers and you get in their mind and you go,
that's
why?
Scary, though.
I know, but it's so interesting. But I don't want to interview them. I'd rather just watch it on TV.
You have Apple TV?
No.
There's a movie, it's a series, I'm sorry, about this guy. He got arrested for like selling drugs.
Okay.
And then they ended up catching this suspect for killing little girls, and they told him like, if you go in there and get him to confess, we'll wipe your sentence. And he was like, what? Like, go chill, be friends with a killer? Like a little girl raping little girls and killing them? He's like, nah, I can't. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna do it,
but I'm gonna go free.
But he could never like admit why he was doing it. He had to pretend to be his friend. He had to pretend to relate to like the shit he was doing.
Oh, that's so hard.
That's interesting.
And it's a true life.
Oh, really?
Based on
what's
true
it
story.
called?
Blackbird.
Okay.
And so
watch it on your free website.
I highly recommend it.
Wow.
Okay. And he ended up getting them to
confess.
Yeah, but it ate him.
Oh, because you have to pretend to be something you're not.
Because he asked him, he's like, when did you first have sex with like the little girl.
And so he has to make up
He
that
had
he
to, like,
did.
But he's hearing his story and he's getting angry. Like
Like he wants
Oh,
to just.
yeah.
He wants to
because he's
pop-
like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But he has to be like, oh, you know, she was in high school.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I like them younger.
Oh no.
He's like, I don't like when they get wet. And it was just like
What?
super
No.
creepy. And he had to like sit there and take it. Yeah.
Because he was trying to get him to confess, and then he confessed, and he was like, "I was just kidding about everything."
Nah, I'm gonna kill you.
I highly
I
recommend
hate you.
if you can find like a site to find it. Blackbird is really good. Yeah.
Blackbird.
Okay.
It's creepy though. Yeah, it's creepy.
I like watching those. It's just interesting to get into their mind, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why are they the way they are? Like, is it environmental?
I used to take psychology classes for that reason.
Yeah, just to figure out
Not
like, why
because I
people
wanted
think the way
to
they think.
major in it. I just
You
want to
just
be
want
like,
to learn.
why do people
It's
think the way they think?
Yeah, it's so interesting. And sometimes it is genetic. Sometimes it's their environment, you know. Sometimes it's what they see. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like those
It's scary,
serial
though.
killers is like most of them been abused before, you know. So
That's scary though.
I would be like, don't abuse your children because they might turn out to be serial killers and come back and kill you. So listen, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, is it like hard as parents? Is it hard to not hit your kid?
To not hit your kid?
Like when they make you mad or they don't listen, like to discipline them?
I think you just
don't?
we were talking about that the other day with my dad because my dad's home and we're talking about spanking and hitting and you know, I don't know about you guys, but we got spanked.
Mhm.
And if you think about it, I feel like had it been now, that's child abuse because of the way we were like spanked.
The way you were spanked?
The way we were spanked. Like we would hit with the belt,
excessiveness and-
the
Yeah,
excessive
like-
and the bruising and everything.
Yeah, that's
like to them, they were disciplining us, right? And to us too, because that's all we know. But now thinking back, like I would never put my hands on my child.
Oh.
like that.
Like I would spank her like on her booty when she
Yeah,
was
like, don't
little.
do that. Yeah.
And then I think at 3 years old, she told her dad, like, I don't like it when mommy spanks me. So he's like, you need to stop. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
stopped. But it
'Cause then
wasn't,
it can like go on to like
I didn't
school.
beat her. It would be like I would grab her by the arm and I'd spank her butt.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like 1 or 2
And that's
times.
not
and
abuse.
That's it.
You could still do that. You
Oh,
know?
really?
Yeah, you can still hit your kids. It has to be. You can't leave bruises. See, when people leave bruises on their kids, now you're taking out your own anger on the child. They're your emotional, physical punching bag.
Yeah.
You can't do that. If you're that upset, walk away. You know.
So
But if
there's
they-
a
if
lot
they
of
just-
walking away in my house. A lot.
and taking deep breaths.
I've
Remember-
never, that doesn't even cross my mind that I want to like hit her. Never.
Yeah.
It does not
I
cross
mean,
my mind.
Just shows you how times have changed.
And she'll tell me, if you, we joke and I'm like, what would you do if I just like, and she goes, I'll call CPS. Call them. You know where they'll take you?
To a foster home.
I said, they'll take you to, what is that place called?
Polinsky?
Polinsky Center. And you know where you're going to sleep? With a bunch of other kids. Go for it. Call. And then she just stays quiet. Like,
That's
okay.
like the old like, oh, I want to run away. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then they go
You
with
need
their little
help packing your
backpack.
bag?
Yeah. The
Where you
teens-
gonna go?
please go. You're
Yeah.
expensive. Just go.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
no,
God.
my mind doesn't go there any like at all. Like ever since
Yeah.
like she said that to her dad and her dad talked to me about it, I was like, okay. Never again.
Yeah,
And it doesn't. I walk away.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think what would hurt me more if my mom stopped talking to me than hitting me. Like if she hit me, it's like whatever. She loves me. Then she hits you with
See
that.
how-
"Me dolió
see
más
how-
a mí que a ti." But if she like stopped
Sufro
talking
más
to
yo
me,
que
yeah.
tú.
Yeah.
But if she just like
Stop
stopped talking to me, I'd be like, oh damn, she's really mad.
That's funny. See how we're like.
I know.
Programmed and
There's times
shit.
where I'm
Yeah.
like really upset, and I just tell my son, I just can't talk to you right now, and I walk away, and he's just like sniffing around. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You wanna talk?
Then they get like, do you need help with anything? Oh, now you want to help me.
So you're right. I'm gonna try that. Hope he doesn't watch this episode.
I know.
I know. Did you ever try to run away when you were a kid?
No, I remember I think I was like 18 or 20 and my dad was working on something in the backyard and I go up to him and I go, voy a salir. And he didn't even look at me. He goes, no, you're not. And I said, Dad, I'm whatever age. And he goes, okay, pack your shit and get out of my house now.
Damn.
I'll be in my room. I ain't going nowhere.
She's like, I'm not.
No. No, I never thought of running away.
Did you guys have to
Yeah.
ask permission to go out?
Yes.
Yeah. Up to what age?
My whole life until
Till
I
right
moved
now?
out.
Yeah.
I'm still asking.
It's because like my girl, my fiance grew up. She's half Japanese or quarter Japanese, half Mexican, and like, but she doesn't know any of like the Mexican growing up part.
She didn't have the Mexican culture.
So she'd hear stories like 18-year-old, 20-year-olds being like, I gotta ask my mom to go out. And she's like, what the fuck? Like,
You're
all
an
grown
adult.
20 asking your mom, like, you don't get it. Like,
Yeah, you have to.
No, my dad would tell me, I don't care if you're 50, as long as you're living under my roof.
you ask for permission.
It's my rules.
Yeah.
So you ask for permission, and it was like, and he would, my dad worked at night, so if I got home, I already knew like, okay, my dad will be home around 11, and I'd be like, I better hurry up. But if he was home before me, my dad would lock, relock, and I didn't have a way to get in, and I'd sit outside. I'd sit outside and wait, and he would be like, "That's what you get."
Yeah.
And I would be cold, and I'm like, "What do I do?" That's what he would do. So yeah, you had to ask for permission.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after I got married and divorced the first time, and then I moved back in with my mom, it was more like, I didn't have to ask for permission. Obviously, I'm 30 years old. But it would be like, well, what time are you going to get home?
Oh, who are you going with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they still do that right now. It's so annoying. Like, my
My
kids
mom
too.
does that. She don't even live here.
Who's going
Yeah.
with you? Who's going to be there? How long
Like
are you
if
going to be
I-
out?
we
What time
went-
are you going to be home?
I went to Dallas for my bachelor party. She's like, where you gonna text me for where you're staying at? What's the number? What room?
Aww.
Like, who's
doesn't that-
going?
yeah.
I was like, Ma, you don't know them. She's like, what are their names? I'm like, dude.
Let me just add you to
Can
my
I meet them?
GPS.
yeah, like, chill out, mom.
It's fine. You don't have to tell me nothing. Just add me to the GPS.
Grown ass man, you're asking me like where I'm gonna stay. And
And
but
who's
it's just
gonna
like,
be
how
We
she-
worry, you know?
Yeah.
I know my mom worries and my son
It's
worries, my
annoying.
daughter worries. Like, they're like, where are you going? Who are you going to go with? I'm like, can I have a personal life,
Yeah.
please? No, I can't.
Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, who are you going with? I'm like, should I lie? I'm going with Karla.
You go out with me a lot, and I don't go out with you.
I'm like, or do I say, I don't need to answer that? I was talking to my therapist the other day about it. And she was like, just tell them that that's personal. That's it. When your kids ask you, not my mom, but like if my kids go, who are you going with? Or how long are you going to be? That's personal.
Oh,
I'm safe. You're
like a
fine.
job. I need a personal day, and you can't ask me
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
worry though. Like my kids just worry. Like
Yeah.
what
That
time?
makes sense.
They're like, if something happens to you, what's gonna happen to me? I'm like, you're gonna.
Not
live with
even
me.
they're like, no. If you're not here, who's gonna take care
They
of us?
worry about that.
Yeah.
They do because they're so
Are you-
used to being with me.
Do you go to therapy too?
Mm-hmm.
Woman or male?
I have a woman.
Woman. I saw this video of this lady. She was saying that she would always go to women therapy. A therapist who was a woman for years and years and years, and like no resolution. She was just going back, and then she went to a male
And
therapist,
everything, and she was fixed.
and he was finding solutions. And he said because that's just how women are. They don't ever want to like give you a solution, but like in men's nature is just like, there's a problem. Okay, let's fix it. Let's find how to fix this problem so we can move on from this problem.
I don't know if I've had a male.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
had
think
one.
Was it good or no?
I only went like twice, and then my insurance changed. So I couldn't go with him anymore.
Oh.
But I still remember it was like during the time that I was separated from her brother, I think. And then he was like, you know, when you're in it, you don't see anything outside of it, right?
Oh, okay.
And so I was having problems and stuff. And then he looked at me and he was like, and I was telling him all the stuff that was happening. And he goes, what are you afraid of? And I said, what do you mean? He's like, you should leave him.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like therapists don't usually tell you that. And then I'm like, he's like, are you afraid that you're not going to find anyone else? And I'm like, kind of. And he's like, you're going to have a line of men waiting to date you. You have no problem. Believe me.
Yeah.
You're young. You're good looking. Don't worry about that. I've never had a female therapist tell me that.
I had a life coach, and she was the best.
Mm.
Everything. I mean, she's the one that got me out of my hole. She was the best, and she told me good things. Like she told me all these things, not to leave him because I had nobody with me, but like the things that we
Oh,
wanna
like
hear.
life stuff.
Like things
yeah.
you need to hear. Yeah. The tough stuff
and she
that
was
you don't want to
sweet,
hear.
and she was sweet, and she was like real, and she made me do things that were uncomfortable. She was really, really good. I've never thought of. I've gotten recommendations like, oh, I know a good therapist. Let me, and it's always a woman. So I've always had good luck with women therapists.
Yeah. Another thing that we've done too is done Reiki. So we have a really amazing like
Reiki?
Reiki.
Reiki?
Do you know what Reiki is?
No.
Can you explain what Reiki is? It's like energy healing.
cleansing.
Okay.
Yeah, energy cleansing. But the
It's
lady,
like a breathing technique.
no,
Okay.
no, she clears like your blockages, right?
Oh.
And we have an episode on our where we interviewed her. She's
Oh.
amazing. And every time we send people over there, they come out like going, "Oh my God, that was amazing." But I remember the first time I went with her, and like you totally feel seen, you know. And I came out of there crying. I was just like, "Ah," you know, and it was so much, and I realized like she como que me sacó mucho, like that was stuck inside of me. That therapy would have taken me years to
wow.
get out of me. Yeah. It was a good
Like
experience.
another tool.
Yeah,
to
there's so
help.
many ways to like heal, and like, you know, you could journal, you can ask yourself really tough questions. But you have to want.
Yeah.
You have to
I mean,
want
that's
it.
the first step.
Yeah.
Admitting that there's a problem.
Yeah, because it's like no one else got you here but you. So how did you get here and where are you going? Because you're responsible for you. Right? What's working, what's not working. Kind of like the whole thing, like if you like your friend who keeps like you know, getting engaged with different women. It's like if he keeps doing that, something's not working.
Yeah.
The problem is him, right? I mean, I don't know you, so I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, like, if you keep doing that.
What I said in the beginning, if you keep doing the same thing, getting the same result,
The definition
about
of
insanity.
insanity.
Yeah. So then you go, okay, because it's so easy to blame other people. He did that. It's like, no, let me bring that here because I have to live my life for me. So what am I doing that it's a repetitive thing that's not working for me, and let me fix that.
Yeah.
Or what's hurting me.
That's hard.
It's hard, but you have these tools for that.
Yeah,
know?
but it's hard to even want to take accountability and be like, it's.
You have to hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
I hit my rock bottom, and I was like, enough. I don't want to live my life like this.
Yeah.
I want happiness. So,
That growth. What we call it.
growth mindset. Yeah. And then we learned something new because we're like, is everything a lesson? Remember? And then we had a guest on our podcast, and he was like, not everything's a lesson. Sometimes life just sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes things just happen. We're like, yeah, sometimes things just happen.
That's how I was on another podcast, and I said that, like, I just believe in things just happen because they're just meant to happen.
And
Whether they be terrible, right? Like, when you hear about, like, sad stories, like somebody really young died, and it's just like,
there's no lesson there. Things just happen.
You know, their time was called. Because they'd be like, if they would have took this exit, or if they would have not gone to work that day, it doesn't matter because it happened. That's what was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
my life coach told me what ifs don't exist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because if they existed, then that's what would have happened. Yeah. So I try my hardest to stay away from what ifs, because then I go crazy. Because I'm like, if I would have done, no,
I didn't.
Because
do that,
if you would have done that,
No.
you would have done that, but you didn't. So I'm like, I always stick to like, nope, doesn't exist.
It's just hindsight. Like,
yeah.
damn, if only.
Like going forward though, now
Yeah.
that I know better, if I was presented with the same situation, I would go a different route.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's it. You know, it's just knowledge, but you can't change the past. You know?
Yeah.
So
That's true, but it's hard to accept, you know, and a lot of people don't want to. It's like,
it's easier
it's
to
easier
be
to
mad.
blame something or somebody for like unfortunate events and shit.
Oh yeah, it's so much easier to point the finger.
I've said this before, but like when something bad happens to me, whatever it be small or big, I just say, oh, it's karma for something. I probably did something.
I like that.
What did I do?
I probably did something to deserve that. Like,
Yeah.
What did you do in your past life?
Yeah. Always.
Or yesterday.
Always, yeah. One time, and karma is quick with me, like
Oh, really?
on standby, like, on call. Because every time I do something, I'll do something like I know I was like, damn, I probably shouldn't have done that. The next day,
Boom,
karma
you get
hits me. It's
something.
like, all right, chill out. Really?
See?
Yeah.
It's so funny because I was
Instant karma.
recently having a conversation about that, and the person was like, "What? I feel like I want to do this. Like, kind of like get back at somebody, right?" And he's like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Do you believe in karma?" And then he was like, "Never mind, I'm not gonna do that." Because you forget, like karma. Like, yes, it'll feel good right now, but it's gonna come back to you threefold. Like,
and you know what's crazy? It may not even come back to you, but it might come back to somebody you love.
and then you feel it, and, you're
then
like,
you feel it, and you're like,
"Oh."
damn, what the fuck did I
Like
do?
I did that, and now it happened
Yeah.
to my loved one, and like, dang, I shouldn't have done that.
But I chuck everything, and I was like, I probably deserve this. Fine, we'll just keep it going.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll learn from
Yeah, I'll
this.
learn. That sucked.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Move on. Let's move
Yeah.
it. Move it
on with life
forward.
and shit.
And sometimes the karma gets you good. Like, dang, that was a big one. You know,
Yeah.
like sometimes it's money. You're like,
Oh,
So-
money's
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I have $100 bill in my pocket, and then it's gone, and I'm like, dang it.
I've lost money and be like, I hope somebody enjoys that money.
Yeah, I go. I hope somebody
Somebody needed it.
Yeah.
somebody
More
needed
than
it
me.
more than me.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I just let it go. I'm like,
I was gonna ask
That
you,
sucks.
what's the goal with the podcast? Is there a goal, or is it just like for fun?
There was never a goal, I think, but now it's
Just to
like
help
we want
people, I
to. Yeah,
think.
we want to reach people and we want to.
we know about this. I know.
No, we want to. Just. I always said, like, sometimes when I'm going through something, I'm like, God, I bet you nobody has gone through this. And then I hear somebody else and I'm like, oh, thank you, God. Like I'm not by myself.
Yeah.
So I think that's our goal, like to share our experience so that if somebody is going through anything that we've talked about, then that they could be like, okay, so
Like, they
it's
don't
real
feel
and it
alone.
happens,
Yeah.
But
and
as
just,
far as the goal, we've never really talked about a goal.
just continue to grow and continue to reach people and continue to share people's stories and learn more about podcasting. And it's fun. Honestly, it's a side thing for us because we have our own careers, It's just something that we do on the side that kind of brings life
This
into us.
would be a goal.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yeah?
a cute
Kind
goal.
of have like video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It
that's
took,
Yeah,
it
that's
took
the
me
next
forever
goal.
to do video.
really.
Yeah.
We're trying. We want to like for year 2 to kind of have that be
Video?
our goal. The
Yeah.
video. Yeah, but
Mine was an insecurity thing.
why?
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna look like a fucking can of busted biscuits on camera. And
Oh my
shit.
god!
And then I did one. I was like, that's not that bad.
No
But, like
one
I look
cares.
amazing.
No, I don't know about me, but I was like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, no one cares.
But then I was like, there, it's out
That's it. It's
Yeah.
done.
from like
Yeah.
there.
if you get one viewer,
Yeah.
It's done. They saw
you're
you.
good, and now you
Yeah.
Now you
have
can make a
So
bunch
now I'm
of
just like,
bunch.
whatever, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day,
Plus-
nobody cares.
Honestly-
somebody's probably like, "Dang, I wish I was doing what he's doing."
Yeah, and honestly, we are worst. We are our own worst critics.
Facts,
Yeah.
Nobody sees what we see.
Yeah.
No,
It's so distorted
Yeah.
what we see.
When I watched the videos, I was like, come on, bro.
You're like, why you laugh like that?
Yeah.
Why you gotta laugh like
Why you
that?
saying like so much? What the fuck is wrong with you?
But then we don't see it in other people.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
We are so mean to ourselves.
What's cool about this though is that you learn how to conversate better.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
then when you have conversations outside of it, you like can flow
Yeah.
easier because you're like
Yeah.
used to it.
that's
you know,
so true.
it's so interesting because I was at work and I was supposed to do a presentation like in front of all these teachers, right? And I was so nervous. Like inside of me, I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I need water. You know, your throat starts to
Yeah.
get all dry. And then I get out there and I start talking and it just started flowing. And I was like, damn, I'm good. I'm so good because it just came naturally because we're so used to talking on the mic
Oh,
now,
yeah.
you know? And we had a little mic and I'm like, I wasn't making eye contact though.
Y'all, welcome back, Chicas and
I'm a-
Chisme.
Welcome to Chicas and Chisme. I
Wait,
mean,
wait.
where am
Where
I?
am I school? I'm at school.
I had a fear of public speaking, but I'm very like just do it. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I push yourself.
push myself like in class in high school and college. I'd be like, all right, come on, man, go first and get it over with. So you don't have
do
to worry
it.
about this no more. But I'd go out there like dying inside, and it's like, oh my god. But I'd
You're
just rather just
like,
quick go, let's do it, and then you get to like sit back and not have to be like, okay, am I next? Am I
and
next?
then you're like not even paying attention to like other people
Yeah.
presenting because you're like so anxious
So when
about
you're
you.
nervous, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
rather let's just get it over with.
Be
Fuck this
first.
shit.
Always be first.
Yeah.
Then you can enjoy the rest calmly. You're like, oh, he's nervous. That's
Yeah.
mean.
And then you create like a baseline,
Mhm.
right? So everybody's like, damn, I got to do better than that.
Yeah.
And if they don't, you know, you kind of set the curve
yeah,
of how the
Yeah.
shit's supposed to go.
that's true. And if you did horrible, nobody cares because they already moved on to the next
Like
person.
even today, like I was nervous to even.
Really?
Yeah, I get nervous every time.
To have like guests and stuff?
Mhm.
Oh.
I get a little nervous, not like a lot. I guess it's like depends on who comes on. I'm like, oh, what are we
Yeah.
going to
Little
talk about? What are we going to
anxious, yeah.
ask? Oh my God, is it going to be awkward? Are they going to be awkward?
Yeah.
Are we not going to have enough to talk about? So
Especially
that's when you're like start thinking of like, okay, questions, right?
like
Yeah.
over prepare and then
Yeah.
you just
especially when because I don't do topics. I was
no.
just like, we'll see. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, they podcast. We'll go from there. And
yeah.
I like that
Roll
because you
with
don't
it.
have an expectation, right? You're
Yeah.
just like, whatever happens, happens.
And then at the
Yeah.
end you're like, this was the topic.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
million topics.
A million
we had
things to talk
Mental
with
health.
us, we have so many topics.
Yeah.
All in one episode.
When I had my co-host, because you know you can't choose me out. Like
yeah.
if I see you every week, like, and you're texting me all during the week, like it's kind of hard to have something to talk about.
Yeah.
So I created like a notes thing. I was like, if you see something interesting online, like throw it in there, and then I'll see it, and then I can go look at it, and then we'll have opinions about it.
Yeah. We do. I mean, sometimes we're on TikTok. About, this would be a great topic, right? And we're
or sometimes like, you know, if I talk to a client about something, I'm like, oh my God, guess what somebody told me? Maybe we could talk about this, or your friends.
Yeah, like, or just
people I know.
Or even like listeners will send in topics, you know?
As a hairstylist, I had a girl, she's shaved her head or really, really short hair. I was like, oh, you must have had like some boy trouble. And she just looked at me, she's like,
it's just her style?
Well, now. And she's like, I can't talk about that right now. And then later on, she was like, yeah, he got killed. And I was like, oh, damn, it's always because of boys or men that women do these like drastic hair changes.
Or they just go through like, people break up and then they go to the gym and get all like fit and stuff like that.
I used to just buy new cars. That's what I used to do.
Baller.
I used to be like, that's it. I need something new in my life. I'm going to go turn in my car and get a new one. Like, that's what I would do.
Be like, I need a new man, but cars, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll go, I'm going to get a new car. I'm like, how dumb.
Oh, you think it's dumb?
Yeah, to just keep getting new cars because it's not working out with people. I don't do that anymore. That's impulsive.
Yeah, impulsive.
Super impulsive.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money. Now, nothing. I've just been working on myself, therapy and everything. Yeah. Now I just process the situation and I move on.
So you don't have like a vice? Like mine would be, I'm a shoe buyer. I buy shoes.
Honestly, I don't have a vice.
No vice, Karla?
I'm trying to think. No.
Oh.
I like tattoos, but I don't get them because I go through breakups. I just like them.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So you mean like a vice?
Like just something that you...
Oh, like not connected to breakup or anything?
To men or anything.
No. No, we don't have any vices.
No?
I don't have any.
A little glass of wine, maybe.
If that's a vice, then yeah, I
had a
love
girl,
friggin'.
I was like, I'm not addicted to that. And she's like, I like food. I'm addicted. I was like, oh shit, I am an addict. I love pan.
Actually, yeah. My vice is food.
Bro, I can't.
I like food.
If I drive by a donut place, I'll have a donut on my mind the whole day. I'm like,
you have to stop.
Okay, so my vice is nachos. Like
chips.
Nachos? Like tortilla chips. Yeah. Mine is.
Something that will, occupy, take over your mind for the day or some shit.
First, like that or roll tacos for me.
Oh.
I had something
tortilla based.
Yes, I like tortillas.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
But they have to be fried.
Fried?
Fried. like not just
not healthy.
So
not healthy.
On the parrilla, she's like, fry that shit.
Fry it.
What kind of oil you got back there? Give me that oil.
I'm like, make it healthy. Use avocado oil, please. Because I'm eating it, so I want it healthy. My parents, my mom growing up had a tortilleria in Tijuana.
Oh, that's probably,
like her whole family.
Sure.
Like it was her family. It was their family business or whatever. And so she learned how to make a lot of antojitos. Like she would make sopes and like tacos dorados and just regular tacos and tamales, like the masa, that's just how she grew up, because
crazy.
They had a tortilleria. So growing up with my mom, being my mom, she made a lot of corn stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just like comfort food.
Damn, my grandma's house in Mexico City, literally next door is a panaderia.
There you go. See? That's the problem. Now we found the root.
Yeah.
We found the root.
Therapy.
And you alcohol.
I podcast.
Your parents.
Damn.
Your parents. Yeah.
My parents drank.
Yeah. So there you go.
But they weren't alcoholics.
No,
they
but
just
neither
liked
are
to
you.
drink. No.
Yeah. So it became like.
But they enjoy the occasional cocktail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice sunset.
We're drinkers.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom doesn't drink anymore, but we are. My dad was like, "Can you make me a drink before you go?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm all, "Here you go." Yeah.
Wine only.
Her?
Me, wine and beer. I like wine.
Beer?
I don't really do hard liquor because I'm not a good person on hard liquor, so I stay away from it. But I do love beer and wine.
Oh, how about whiskey?
Whiskey
and now tequila. I'm starting to like tequila.
Oh God, no.
I like
tequila.
mezcal.
Mezcal.
I really like mezcal. We went to Oaxaca in January, and they have like the mezcal farms or whatever. We went out there.
Is it pretty indigenous out there?
Yeah,
Oaxaca?
like certain areas. Yeah,
certain areas.
Like they drive you out to the indigenous areas.
Yeah,
it was cool, huh? That you got your little placemats and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like they make.
It's funny
show you
how
how to make it.
Mexicans, if they refer to somebody who's like has like strong indigenous like
background
features, they'll be like pinche oaxaqueño or some shit, indio.
Right?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But it's like insulting.
It is
to the people
insulting.
from
I guess
Oaxaca.
it's supposed to be, but they're pretty amazing people.
Yeah.
They are
Like
amazing
it was
people.
so cool. Like we went,
but it's the colorism in Mexico.
Yeah.
it happens a lot.
She's on the positive side of that. Pretty blanquita.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes I think my daughter is hers.
Oh,
Oh, we
Yeah.
look so much alike.
Yeah.
she.
My daughter looks like her. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's very
super
light-skinned.
nice,
Your son
yeah.
too?
My son's like me.
Oh, pretty fair skin.
Yeah. But she's white. Like my daughter's
Oh.
super white. But yeah, so we went to Oaxaca and like I learned about mezcal over there and I was like, it's my new favorite.
Oh.
Like
I
the
don't like
burnt.
mezcal.
I love it. I do. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And it was cool like learning how they make it
How
and
they make it?
everything. It was like this huge wheel and
That's how I'm with coffee.
coffee.
I love coffee. Yeah.
I love coffee.
El cafecito. It don't even put me to sleep. Like I can go right now and have some coffee and I'll still go to
Oh,
sleep.
see, I can't have. I love the flavor of coffee.
Yeah.
Let's just say that because I can't have regular coffee.
I
I'm
started
like-
doing decaf now too.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
That's
do
just
it.
too much.
Now it is. It
Yeah.
wasn't before, but now I get super hyper and anxious
Oh.
and yeah, like I feel like the anxiety now. I'm like,
It doesn't do anything to you.
no,
Wow, you can have it right before you go to bed. Damn, I'm jealous.
it's all cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
Good
nice little
tea.
warm cup or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do
Yeah.
decaf now. But decaf still has a little bit of caffeine, huh? 'Cause I feel
don't-
it.
I hope not.
The Starbucks one does.
Yeah.
Because it's all mixed in with the beans.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's decaf, sure. like,
Sure.
Sure.
Jumping
it's
off the
cracked to me,
walls.
sir. They're like, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be right.
Yeah.
It is. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. So I just do decaf if I do it. But I'll do Celsius.
Oh, they're bad for you. People have been having heart attacks with that shit.
I haven't yet. So
I
But,
get
like-
scared of all that shit.
Me
Yeah.
I
too.
don't like pre-workouts or
I can do
know.
like the
I drink coffee
pre-workouts.
before I go to the gym, and I'll let you guys go. I don't want to keep you too long. You guys got family back home, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch that show you said. What was the name again?
Blackbirds.
Blackbird.
Blackbird.
Yeah.
Like bird, not birds.
Black-
Really good.
Okay,
Yeah?
We'll find it.
Yeah.
How many episodes?
6. Not many.
Could do it one day.
Oh, easy. Yeah. A little binge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it rains again. I can just stay home all day watching
Yeah, that
shows.
one's.
know.
I mean, it's intense though. Like, so,
Be prepared.
yeah.
I love those shows. So
Yeah. Like Money Hunter. That's my shit.
yeah, that was
The
a good
Jeffrey Dahmer. I love.
Oh,
it.
yeah, I
that
watched
was
that.
so good.
It was
Yeah.
so good. Yeah,
That
it
was
was so sad.
so good.
But so good.
Yeah. Interesting though.
I liked-
Very.
I
know,
liked him
the
so
way he
much.
thinks. You liked him so much.
I did.
You know, crush on him.
No, not
That's
a
a red
crush.
flag.
I just felt bad for him. Like I felt
Oh,
like
I think the show was meant to do that though.
Yeah.
it just made me sad for him. But I mean, obviously, he
had,
did a
like,
lot
no
of bad
real
things.
love or
But
anything.
no, he didn't. Never, ever. Nobody ever wanted to love him, and it was just so sad.
Yeah,
So
but killing them is extreme.
I mean, and him like
I
laying
know.
down
Yeah.
with like a mannequin. It was just like, what? What?
Yeah.
Such a weird, odd person. But
Well,
I thank you for having
No,
us.
thank you
guys for
That
coming.
is
I
so
know,
awesome. I had a
super random.
great time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who I was communicating with.
both of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was both of
Both of
us.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate you guys coming
Yeah,
on.
thanks for reaching out. That was awesome.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
it's a little nervous, going to somebody who you don't know and chit chatting with them. So.
I know we're all at your house.
I know.
I know.
I'm like,
He's all climb out the window and you guys can leave.
yeah.
But yeah, but we're so grateful to come on
thank you.
here. Yeah, thank you.
Check
I had
them
a
out.
great time.
Chicas and
Chicas and Chisme podcast,
Yes.
Apple
Is
and
that the
Spotify. Instagram,
Instagram,
yes. Chicas and
TikTok,
Chisme. Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube. But I'm still rolling them on YouTube. We just
Oh,
started
okay.
on
Yeah.
YouTube, and then we have
Apple and Spotify.
Apple and Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah.
That's good.
Uh-huh.
So,
I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I drive all day for work, so
oh,
Oh,
cool.
there's like,
I'm always like checking out everybody's podcast. Like,
Awesome. Well,
well,
thank you.
guys.
yeah, thank you
guys
so
coming.
much. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Yeah. You looking for me, you can find me at the spot. Chopping it up with Jonah, we talking about what's hot on the block. Up in Dago, man, we bumping. Keeping it confidential, you know this how we coming, we ain't front. Looking for that real, better tune in and stick by. Put on for the city every time that I dip by. Getting to that gritty every time that we sit down. Promise you it's real every time that I get round. Come on. Been in the field playing, we